We're doing a week 7 fantasy football waiver wire show. We're going to also do a week 7 onward fantasy football draft. Talk about all the week 6 games that happened, get into everything, and answer questions. So if you have any questions, just drop them here and we'll try to get to them. So this is the WalterFootball.com After Dark show. Please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit the link in the description for the merch store. As always, I'm wearing something from the merch store. It is their August is Gluttony Month t-shirt. Remember, gluttony rights are human rights. Very important to remember that as I enter this draft right here. You at the merch store, you can get everything here. You can change the colors of these shirts. You can get long sleeve. You can get hoodie. You can get women's tank top and infant onesie. We have mugs. We have a baseball cap. We have our famous apron. It's all here with 20% off right now. You can go to Amazon, buy my books. The most recent one is Jerks of the College Years, where I made fun of people I met at Penn State. I was there for 6 years, so I had a lot of writing material. I think you guys would have a lot of fun reading it. And my first book was The Safety and the Field Goal, which is a top 5 list of football topics, mostly serious stuff, but some fun stuff as well. Talked about some like inside stories that no one knows about. So I think it's an interesting read if you guys haven't read it. So check that out. Also, please consider super chats and super stickers. That's the best way to support the show. Really, I mean, you guys help us out so much. I can't say thank you enough. But it's the truth that YouTube ads pay nothing, and without you guys contributing here, we would not. We would be like better off picking up change outside, which is sad, true. Yeah, we are joined tonight, as you can see on the screen from Cassandra's comment, by Butters. Kenny, according to Kenny, he's on the road trip this road trip has been a disaster, to quote his text. He might be on later. I doubt it, though, because it sounds like he's very frustrated. He was supposed to be home at 10 o'clock, and it sounds like he's going to be home past midnight. So, fortunately, Kenny will not be joining us. But we have a great pinch hitter. Butters is back. Butters is here last week to help us out. And Butters, thank you for joining us again. How's it going?
Well, good. Well, first of all, thanks, Cassandra, for the message. Much appreciated. Now about pinch hitting. Well, I'm living in Wisconsin, so I'm cheering on the Brewers, and it's not looking good at all. So I would not be surprised if we get swept. But I guess who knows? There's the Euchre Magic might come out at the right time, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, well, it could be down 2-0. We'll see. We bet the Dodgers today on the site, also under 7.5. Unfortunately, we also had no runs first inning, and Churio hit a home run, so that was spoiled. Z Money asking, should I trade Kyle Pitts, Chuba Hubbard, and Jennings for McBride? So Juwan Jennings, I assume. Let's see. Well, Hubbard may have lost his job. He may have been Wally pipped by by Rico Dowdle. It's incredible.
I don't know if I trust that, though. You know, he could come back and just say, well, this is still my role.
Well, at the very least, I'd be surprised it's not like a split backfield. How do you bench a guy who's rushed for 206 and then 180? Like, that's insane. Like, at the very least, I think it's gonna be 50-50, if not more so Doodle than McBride. So
I wonder maybe he could be traded. Maybe he could be Chiefs running back.
I think it makes a lot of sense for Hubbard to be traded for sure. Or were you referring to Doodle? It could be, I mean, either one really, but I mean, Doodle's been so impressive. I think that they should just go with him and trade Hubbard. And yeah, I think that they can get something for Hubbard, like you said, from the Chiefs or, you know, another team that needs a running back. I think that's a pretty sharp move. So would you do this trade? I think I would, because Jennings is so banged up. Hubbard may not retain that starting job, and Pitts is Pitts, you know. So McBride is a stud tight end. I would do that. So
I would too. At least you're getting some value. You're getting some value off of it too. So I mean, it's not. McBride is still like a primary target in Arizona, even though their team might not be great, but.
Yeah. I have Bucky on the bench. Also have White. There's some Rashad White. Should I drop White and pick up Woody on waivers and see if he starts getting used again? I wouldn't drop White yet. I mean, if Bucky comes back, then White will be a little useless. But what if Bucky gets hurt again? Like, you're going to be sad that you drop White. I would.
Wasn't it a shoulder injury? Isn't that what he has?
I think so. So, I don't know. I mean, try to drop someone else from Woody. Like, I think Woody should be owned for sure. I have him in one league. No, I mean, I wouldn't drop White. Do you agree?
No, not yet. I feel like you could probably get Woody even a couple weeks from now too. So
Okay. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Let's while we wait for this draft to load, let's go into some of the games from last week. So all the way back to Thursday, we had Giants 34, Eagles 17. It looked like the Eagles just were a no-show. They just laid an egg in this game. I wrote that Jalen Hurts looked like he was playing in slow motion. We live bet 5 quarterbacks to go over rushing yards. Dating back to the Jacksonville Kansas City game on last Monday night. We're 4-1 against the spread in those on those bets. The only loser was Jalen Hurts, who only ran once in the second half. It's just an inexplicable performance from him. Just complete no-show from the Eagles. Dallas Goedert was the only one who did well. How do you run only 12 times to Saquon Barkley against one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL? It's just awful. But Giants look good. Jackson Dart, suddenly the favorite to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, to my chagrin, because I have Emeka Ibuka 40-1, and now Ibuka's hurt, of course. Then Cam Scatabo, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 98 rushing yards. He looks great. Wandale Robinson scored a touchdown out of nowhere. I expect him to regress. But otherwise, anything else in this game? What did you think about it?
Well, you got a highlighter right there, and then A.J. Dillon lost a fumble.
Yeah.
Why are you playing A.J. Dillon? I mean, the Packers even got rid of if the Packers like hold on to players and they like trust and try to promote within and all that stuff. And it's like if Packers are cutting A.J. Dillon, especially when he was playing Farm Simulator instead of practicing or getting actual like prepared for games. I mean, he's like Tet. He's like Tet off of the Panthers. It's like, does he even care about football?
Yeah. I don't understand it. Like, not only do they have Will Shipley, who's healthy now, they also have Bigsby, who they traded for. So, like, I know they want Bigsby for return, but like, Bigsby's obviously better than Dillon. Shipley's obviously better than Dillon. Like, there's no reason to be running Dillon at this point if you're an NFL team.
And
I don't understand it.
Eagles have been playing down to their opponents.
Yes, they have, except for Tampa in the first half. Otherwise, yeah, they're 2-4 against the spread this year, I believe. Yeah, and I think that they would be 1-5 if they didn't have that stupid blocked field goal return for a touchdown against. No. You know what? They're 3-3 and 2-4 if they wouldn't have had that blocked field goal return for a touchdown against the Rams. So yeah, they have been playing down to the competition. They did go into Kansas City and win. That was something. But ever since, except for that Tampa first half, they just haven't been that impressive. They had a 17-3 lead against Denver. They just fell asleep at the wheel at the end of that game. And then the Giants, they didn't show up. I just wonder when they're going to flip on the switch. And like, I assume they can, like they did it last year. Like at this time last year, they were almost losing to the Browns and they got blown out by the Buccaneers. Like they weren't dominant all year. They were dominant starting week 7. And it's week 7 now. So we'll see if they get it going. Do you believe that they'll get it going as we begin this draft? I have the 8th pick. What do you think?
It's hard to tell. I mean, they're still a Super Bowl. They're probably still a Super Bowl contender. They've got the talent for it, but I don't know what's going on, if it's just coaching or what. I will say that Dallas Goedert looks great, or at least for fantasy wise. Like he's it's like everything that you wished for that he was last year. That's who he's been this first half of the season. So
yeah, he's looked great. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they can flip on the switch. I don't know. I'm not sure. Scott asking, is Marvin Harrison expected to miss playing time? He has a concussion, so you never know with them. Like he could be back next week. If I had to guess, Jacobs just went. I was gonna maybe take him at 8. If I had to guess, I would say Harrison will miss 1 game and then he'll be back. So not too long. Would you do the same trade for either Jake Ferguson or any of the elites? Any of the elites, yes. Ferguson has been elite, but remember, he and CeeDee Lamb occupy the same space over the middle of the field. So once CeeDee Lamb returns, Ferguson's going to lose his production. So I wouldn't trade for Ferguson because Lamb is going to be back soon. And should I drop Harvey for Woody? Yes, I would. Yeah. What do you think? Who would you rather?
I actually would keep Harvey just because, like, it seems like they're still kind of trusting him over Woody right now. So, I mean, short term, I think I would go if you need a short-term need, I would stick with Harvey, but maybe a late term. If you're looking for like later in the season, maybe Woody finally becomes the feature back, and that I guess that's just a prediction. So it depends on what the rest of your team looks like.
Yeah, for sure. I'm about to be up. I'm going to take either Gibbs or Jefferson here. I mean, obviously they're the two guys at the top, but Gibbs is awesome and Jefferson had his bye. So as I said last week, and I'll apply to week 6 now, and anyone who doesn't have a week 5 or a week 6 bye is basically on a 1-game suspension in this format.
You could go Achane there maybe too. You could consider it, but I almost kind of like St. Brown over Jefferson just a little bit because it seems like he's been the focal point. But up to you.
Even though, I mean, St. Brown's going to be suspended for week 8. Like, do you? I'd rather have Jefferson.
Go with Jefferson.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. So, the most week 5 or 6 buy guys I can get, like the better, I think. Buying or selling Cam Ward in Dynasty. Now that they made a coaching change, I'd buy low. I wouldn't sell him just yet.
Yeah, teams that have coaching changes typically like show up.
Yes. Yeah.
And plus, the team gets variables. So,
speaking of which, is Christian Watson coming back this week? Butters, this is your department. What do you think? I mean, you're in Packerland, so any news on Watson?
I haven't heard of anything yet, but I know that he's been I know he started practicing last week. So,
yeah.
I guess I don't know. Maybe they can hold him back just in case for injury. I'm not sure. I mean,
yeah.
I have his jersey. I have his jersey. I would love to represent him and everything, but I also don't want to see him do any more long-term injuries.
Right, and he's coming off torn ACL. Like even if he comes back, he may favor one leg, and he can get re-injure something or aggravate something else. Like I wouldn't touch him in fantasy. I just don't see the need.
And most of my best balls would be great because he was my last round pick in most
really?
drafts. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I think that we'll be able to cook up something for this week. I think. Anyway, as we wait to, hold on. I just saw a funny post from Cassandra here. Of course, Christian Watson is hurt. Yes. Of course he's hurt. Yes, he's always hurt. Sorry, Christian Watson's dad, not making fun of your son. Anyway, we're about to be up here. Nico Collins is on my radar because he also had his bye. I'm not in love with drafting receiver to start, but I'm collecting these week 5 and week 6 bye guys because they're going to be playing. They're going to be playing every week.
Ooh, but you could also pick up Rome Dunze there.
Yeah, if Collins is gone, yes.
You could do Scatterbo.
Yeah. I Scatterbo in 2nd round. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess if he had his bye already, yes, but Collins had his bye already. So I'm going to get Collins and have 2 guys who had their byes already. So I think that gives me an edge. Anyway, let's get to the next game from last week's slate. We had the dreaded London game, Broncos 13, Jets 11. Sometimes I wonder if someone's conspiring against me with these, like my picks and stuff, like I had the Broncos -7. And of course, like there were 2 swings in this game that gave 3 points to a team. The one was Troy Franklin's fumble and the Jets scored 3. And then the kick return where the Jets had a great kick return and then they scored 3. And it's like the Broncos didn't get any benefit like that. If you just remove those 6 points, this would have been 13-5. Now, obviously, some other stuff may have happened, but still, the fact is, like, the Broncos didn't get anything, and just like I'm so frustrated at this point of the season. Anyway, Bo Nix was not great. He had a good first half, not very, very, very poor second half, except for one drive. None of his weapons are doing anything. Franklin's fumbling. Sutton couldn't get open against Sauce Gardner. Dobbins, for some reason, couldn't run against a bad run defense. Like it's just a mess. Fields, though, had -10 net passing yards with all the sacks and stuff. 1.4 yards per play. Breece Hall was probably the best guy in the offense, but he couldn't really do much. And then Garrett Wilson got injured, so he's out for a few weeks. Unfortunately, I have him a lot of best ball, so that stinks. So, any thoughts on this game?
Fields look horrible. Like, I don't know if it's just a coaching change that needs to happen or what is going on with the Jets, but also it's just the typical Jets. So when it's low expectations at this point. But I mean, they already played their Super Bowl against the Steelers, so I don't know.
Yeah. I guess so. Like that was like thinking back to week 1. Both teams look so good. I guess, but good and bad. Like the defenses look bad, their offenses look great. And now we have the Jets, who are averaging 1.4 yards per play, and yet they still covered the spread somehow. Like, of course they did. It's ridiculous. By the way, Tyler Warren went 211. I love Tyler Warren, but 211 is a little insane.
Now, Denver is on path. I did see that Denver is on pace to break the sack record. It wasn't like 72 or something like that.
I didn't see that. Okay, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, they have a great defense, so have to admire what they're doing there. But Breece Hall's available. I'm going to start him. Probably shouldn't start people because we could be sniped here, but I'm looking for like week 5 or week 6 bye guys, and there's Metcalf. I think I don't know. I think there are better players to take here.
Well, Metcalf is going to have Thursday night against the Bengals, so that should be a good matchup. And then it's going to be, and then we're going to have Rodgers at Bears. So, I mean, he's got 2 great matchups already. It's like hit the ball going, so it's not terrible.
Yeah, I just feel like we don't have a running back yet. We have 2 receivers. So if Metcalf comes back to us, I will take him. But right now I'm going to go Metcalf. I'm going to go Hall and see what happens on the way back.
Yeah, you probably just need a running back at this point.
Yeah, Matt Parrott was getting killed. Yeah, he was horrible. Sean Payton's trash. He was. Yeah, for sure. DPPR league, thinking of dropping Malik. Is that Malik Washington? Yeah, Malik Washington for Taysom Hill. Bench stepped or as a flex. I would. I'd rather have Taysom Hill at this point. Malik Washington's been a disappointment.
Yeah, I agree. I tried to be early on Taysom Hill and didn't work. But I mean, they were bringing him in. He had even had some passing yards too. So.
Mm-hmm. Should I pick up Stroud or Jackson Dart? Dart has a tougher matchup. Stroud's offensive line I don't trust at all. But Houston's not going to be able to run in Seattle, so they could be playing from behind. I think I'd go with Stroud, I guess. But Jackson Dart is someone you can have long term. So, and then Dart also can run. So I think I'd go Stroud. What do you think?
Who's the Giants play again? I haven't even looked at this week yet, to be honest.
The Broncos.
Yeah, I'd probably go Stroud. But you know what? It seems like what you can do is run against Denver's defense for whatever reason. And I mean, he has a rushing quarterback. He's a rookie and he's willing to just do whatever, both him and Scatterbo. So I don't hate the idea. I think you might have a higher ceiling, to be honest, with Dart just because of his rushing ability.
Yeah, I think long term, like if it's not for one game, I'd rather have Dart. But for this week, I think I'd rather have Stroud, but it might be close enough. So
remember when it was Browns at Broncos, and that game just went off as well. You never know when these teams, like especially with the Broncos having such a stout defense, you never know when they're just going to sleep on the wheel and just going to turn out to be a shootout.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm up in one pick. I need a second running back. I think ETN is on consideration. Maybe Doodle, as crazy as this sounds, in the 4th round. Maybe that's an overreaction, but I wanted to start him. Then you have your favorite player, Waddle. There's Sutton. I don't see any week 5 or week 6 bye guys except for Addison. That's way too late. And then we have Ferguson here now. Mahomes. What do you think? I'm on the clock now. Waddle's gone. ETN, Doodle, or Sutton or Brown? What do you think?
I would probably go ETN in this case because we don't know what's going to happen with Doodle. We really don't.
True. Yeah, Doodle has the most upside. Should I start George Pickens even though CD Lamb's coming back? Yes, I would do that. Yeah, Pickens. They occupy other areas of the field, like Pickens could even benefit from CeeDee Lamb being back because there's going to be less attention on him. So, yes, I would do that.
And it also seems like the Cowboys are last year's Bengals.
Yeah, Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no defense, all offense. What do you think about Calvin Austin deep leagues? 2 weeks, he was okay. Yeah, he's fine. He's gonna have some big games, and then other games gonna do nothing. Like he's better in best ball. But yeah, you can roster him in deep leagues for sure. Yeah.
Are you concerned that the Steelers are looking to pick up another wide receiver?
Yeah, but I mean, like, unless you're paying fab for him, then like it doesn't matter. Just pick him up, and then if they add someone, then you could just drop him. But
I mean,
what if they don't?
Steelers go after AJ Brown?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, look, well, what if they don't get anyone? Then suddenly, like, Austin's gonna look fine in the second half of the season. So, don't spend fab on him. But if you want to pick him up and then see what happens, and if they do add a receiver, then just drop him, get someone else. That's how I would approach it. Okay, so next game here is we have Colts 31, Cardinals 27. Jacoby Brissett was really good in this game, 320 passing yards. It did make some mistakes, but good overall. Cardinals running game's a mess. It's like Bam Knight who sucks, or Michael Carter who sucks, or Amari DeMarcado is only touching the ball once. Zay Jones was the leading receiver because Harrison got concussed. McBride was great as usual. For the Colts, Daniel Jones continued to play well. Taylor was monster once again. He's the favorite for offensive player of the year right now. Slight favorite over Bijan. Warren was the leading receiver. Interesting enough, like Downs was better than Pittman in this game. That's not going to happen too often. But yeah, any thoughts on this game?
There's two things. I actually got a piece of Downs in a lineup last week, so I was happy to see his early catches right away. I was like, oh, well, maybe it must be a Downs week. But then I guess I was a little bit upset that Daniel Jones got a rushing touchdown. I was like, oh, they stole one from JT when I locked JT in all my lineups. I was like, well, it's like he's still going to get there, but his ceiling just got capped after that.
Yeah. That happens. I mean, he's been vulturing a lot. If it makes you feel better, Richardson would probably be doing the same thing too if you were playing. So if you were good too, should mention that at least. I'm going to be up in one pick here. The running backs are Chase Brown, Mason, Montgomery. No, the only week 6 guy is Woody Marks. It's way too early for him. Quarterbacks, Prescott, May. Feel like we can wait around. Receiver, AJ Brown. I'm starting him. Then there's Wilson's injured. I'm up on the clock, and AJ Brown at 508 is still available. How's that?
If you want to stick with your buys, I mean, I don't mind Jordan Mason.
The problem is, like, Aaron Jones is going to be back soon.
Yeah, but Mason's still I think Mason's are RB1 there, but I get it.
Mason just went, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, okay, then go with AJ Brown.
Yeah, 508 for AJ Brown is kind of insane. I know he's not playing great this year, but that's still really good value as far as I'm concerned.
He's still on a team that can have a high ceiling.
Oh yeah, and like I said, week 7 is when they found the stride last year. So if they do it again, like you could have another great second half of the season, but or maybe he's gonna be traded too. So we'll see. All right. So what is the next game? It is Steelers 23, Browns 9. Gillen Gabriel was just dinking and dunking to his heart's delight here. He was just so pedestrian, just nothing, just throwing to his tight ends all the time. Like his tight ends had 10 catches, 16 targets. It's kind of crazy. And then if you add in running backs, like Ford had 6 targets, Sampson 2. Like that's all he does is just short passes. It's kind of sad. Judkins couldn't find any running room against Steelers defense, which has gotten a lot better recently. For the Steelers, Rodgers, solid game overall against a really good Browns defense. Metcalf was great. Not much else to say. Jalen Warren's back, so he out carried Gainwell 11-6, which is it's kind of makes sense. Caleb Johnson had 6 carries, which is kind of interesting. What are your thoughts on this game?
I think it's kind of interesting actually with the Browns that they started Flacco and then they went from Gabriel, but now you went from a right-handed quarterback to a left-handed quarterback. So I mean, your offensive line is probably like, what the hell's going on? Now I got to shift what I'm doing, sort of thing. It's like, oh, now I'm more important over here.
Yeah, it's always weird when that happens. Like the Falcons were doing that. Like they had Cousins, they signed into a big contract. Suddenly, Penix was the quarterback of the future, and it's like Caleb McGarry is now the blindside guy. It's I wonder how linemen feel about that. I don't know. Maybe they don't even think about it, but it's kind of weird. We're up in one pick. Stephon Diggs is available. Any week 6 or 5 bye guys? No, not at receiver. At running back, there's Woody Marks. I think a little too early. Goddard's here. I'm going to start Tucker Kraft because he's week 5 bye. But I think he's the 7th round target. At quarterback, Prescott and May are still here. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I kind of like May there.
Yeah,
I would say May or Montgomery.
Okay. Detroit has a really tough fantasy playoff schedule. So I'm a little down on them. At least I think so. I'm going to double check that in a second, but at least I think so. Yeah, Drake May, he's my highest on best ball quarterback.
Yeah, let's go Drake May.
Yeah, and maybe we can get Kraft on the way back. What is the Lions' schedule? Let's look. I think that they have a tough playoff schedule. Let's see. Maybe not. Okay, they play the Rams, Steelers, and the Vikings. So Rams run defense looked a little leaky. Vikings defense was leaky. Steelers run defense looks better. So it's not like an amazing schedule. It's not impossible though. So so I guess it's fine. All right. Next game was Panthers 30, Cowboys 27. The revenge game for Rico Doodle, who ran for 183. Kind of insane, like where this came from. Like I wonder, like what Jerry Jones is thinking. If he's like, or if he's like so demented that he's like, oh, who's that guy? Like like he didn't even know he's on the team.
Flipping the bird more times, costing him more money.
Yeah, exactly. Not only did Doodle lead the team with 183 rushing yards, he also led the team in receiving with 56 receiving yards and a touchdown. He's been great. McMillan scored twice, but then only caught one other pass. And now this week, McMillan has to play against Sauce Gardner. So, you could sell high a little bit. Pickens was awesome for the Cowboys. Ferguson, only 3 catches, but he caught a touchdown, luckily. Flournoy kind of came back to earth. Prescott, another good game. What do you think about this game?
So, Tommy Tremble has been like a sneaky good value tight end. Like I remember him at Notre Dame, and they put him in as like a running back every once in a while. He's been like sneaky good, and they've actually been utilizing him kind of as for some rushing options as well. So, kind of shout out to him a little bit. Maybe they're actually utilizing his talent a little bit at Carolina, which is surprising because I don't trust Carolina at all with the fact that they want to go Bryce Young number 1 over CJ Stroud, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and they also went McMillan at number 8, which I don't think the GM and the coaches wanted that, but I think the owner stepped in and was like, I need to make Bryce Young look good. I don't even know if Dave Tepper sounds like that. I was just making a noise.
I think I think we're going to keep on seeing high scores from Cowboys. I mean, we could be seeing them just like we said, like with the Bengals, or even like with the Vikings, or like the Lions that we saw, where it's just high scoring team, but are they going to win or lose by a low scoring margin, or by a scoring margin? Who knows?
Yeah. I'm on the clock in 2 picks. Kraft unfortunately was taken.
I like Goddard, but never mind.
Oh, he's still there.
He is still there. Okay.
Yeah, well, never mind. He just won. So we're up in 1 pick. I highlighted some guys: Keenan Allen, Woody Marks, Alvin Kamara,
Romeo
Doubs. He's down 94. We could probably get him in the 8th round.
Okay. Unless you want Matt Golden for later in the season.
Yeah, there's Golden or Moore. The Moore got hurt. Let me see. When did he get hurt in this game? Groin injury. Has returned Chicago after being hot. He was hospitalized.
He was hospitalized after that game.
Wow, I missed that. I completely missed that. Okay, never mind. So I'm gonna uncheck him. So if we go receiver next round, and Golden just went. So we're up in 10 seconds. So do you like Kamara or?
Yeah, might as well. You need some running back depth.
Yeah, he might get traded too. So that would be nice if he got traded to the Chiefs, and then we got him in the 7th round here. So right. I imagine if he's traded to the Chiefs, he's gonna like skyrocket to like the 4th or 3rd round, even. So it feels like we're getting good value. But
I think
even if he's not traded, he's good. Like this is probably like a little bit of a value for him.
seeing that you have Drake May as well, it kind of makes me think like maybe later on in this draft, maybe you start stacking up Patriots. I mean, it seems like that something's going on right now, and Rabel's got them all fired up. So
yeah, the Patriots have been great. Is that the next game? Did we segue into that? Hold on. Let me pull that up. And no, it was not. Well, we can talk. We can come back to that one. Patriots 25, Saints 19. Drake May, they that data mining stat where he became the fourth quarterback ever on the 24 to have 200 plus passing yards, 100 plus QB rating. And the other in 5 consecutive games. The other 3 were Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, and Dan Marino. So he's been looking pretty good. Like I said, he was my number 1 best ball quarterback. I didn't expect this. I thought like a lot of running. I thought he'd improve as a passer for sure, but I didn't expect him to be in the same breath as Mahomes and Marino. You know, he's been awesome. Keyshawn Butte was great in this game. Kind of took a couple weeks off after a strong start, but then he came back. Diggs let down. You know, I think he's going to bounce back, but at the same time, he's a 31-year-old coming off the torn ACL, so there's plenty of reason to be concerned there. Rattler had a decent game, you know, for the first time, a decent game without the running game. So yeah, only 6 incompletions. Olave looked good. Any thoughts on this game?
yeah, Kamara 10 attempts for 31 yards. Just such a disappointment, especially. Ooh, crap. Well.
There we go. Just in time. We got room up. Just in time. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going about that game.
Yeah, it's Kamara just a disappointment, especially when they're all over. Like, no, he's like, no, we're not going to trade down, that sort of thing. And it just looks like that he's ready to that they're ready to move on from him. I mean, probably not his choice, but who knows really what's going on with the Saints.
So do you think Kamara will be traded then?
I mean, if you look at their social media, it looks like that they're not going to trade them, but they've said things like this before, and then teams and then players have been traded as well, like Micah Parsons being traded. I mean, was that actually going to happen? I was actually surprised that actually happened. I thought that Jerry Jones was going to hold on to him regardless of this feeling. So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, at the same time, like, you know, a social media account is usually run by like a 22-year-old grad, you know, so you never know what they're going to say. You always see like once in a while, these companies have like the social media account goes off the wall. Like they post some like crazy stuff. And then the company's like, we're sorry. We did not mean to post this. You know, sometimes that happens. What are your thoughts on Bijan winning MVP 150 to 1? Look, it's probably not going to happen. Like he's not even the favorite to win Offensive Player of the Year right now. It's Taylor. But you know, if the Falcons have to rip off for this to happen, Taylor, because Saquon didn't even win MVP last year. He'd almost.
That's what I was going to say too. Like if Saquon can win MVP, like I don't think you can see a running back win an MVP anymore.
Yes, right. So at the same time, though, Saquon did have hurts, so I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, Penix should win MVP. You know, so. For Bijan to win MVP, the Falcons have to have the best record in the NFC. They have to be like 14-3 or 15-2. So they're already at 2 losses. So they basically have to run the table except for maybe 1 loss. They have to, you know, obviously number 1 seed, and they have to have Bijan win the rushing title and break the rushing record. It could happen. Bijan's awesome, but like that seems unlikely, you know. And also there has to be someone else who doesn't deserve it too. There has to be like a bunch of mediocrity elsewhere, and then like yes, Bijan can win it. Is that like
Baker gets hurt or something like that?
Right, and it's like, is that worth the 150 to 1 shot? Like, you know, will that happen in 150 seasons? Maybe. So yeah, you know, if you really want to bet it, just go small. I wouldn't go crazy with it, but. I don't think it'll happen, but you know, crazier things have happened though. You know, I mean, what that one guy who bet the St. Louis Blues to win the Stanley Cup, like when they were in last place or something, like when they made a goalie change, like that happened. Like, so crazier things have happened. So if you really wanted to, just do it. I wouldn't, but like, you know, it's just it could be something fun to root on. Look, I was stupid enough to bet the Oakland A's to win the World Series in 2001 for like $20 when I was in Vegas, because Nick Kurtz was going nuts, and unfortunately he got hurt after that. But it looked like the A's were going to make a run. I did, like, when I bet it, I even told the guy at the window, I'm like, this is not going to win. I just want to root for it. Anyway, I'm up in one pick right now. DJ Moore's still there. We can go another quarterback. There's Goff and Jones. Let's start those guys. Running back, I like Charbonnet here in round 9. Receivers, we have 4 receivers? We're okay here for now.
Yeah, I think we're okay with receivers.
Shahid, we don't have a tight end. I'm not crazy about Kincaid here.
I don't want to touch Pitts. No, Hawkinson. Maybe I could see Hawkinson with JJ coming back.
Yeah. I don't mind Pitts either. I'll explain in a second, but we have 10 seconds. What would you do? Goff or
I might
Jones?
go Jones.
Let's go Jones. Yeah, I like having multiple good quarterbacks in best ball because it's the highest scoring position, and you just need good production.
Are they on the same bye week?
No, 14 and 11.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah. With Kyle Pitts, he plays Tampa in the fantasy playoffs, and he routinely just dominates Tampa. I don't know why, but he just always dominates Tampa. So that's something like on my radar. Plus, he's already had his bye week, so he's like a little bit more valuable than you would think right now. So I don't mind him there. I also I do like Hawkinson also. So I think we should target a tight end on the way back, and it'll either be Pitts or Hawkinson at this point. So
I would throw Hunter Henry in the hat there too.
Oh yeah, right. Because we have Drake May.
You could have Fannin in there too as a low dart too, because he's just getting a lot of targets.
Yeah, Mason Taylor also. I mean, I like Taylor. A lot of athleticism, really high upside at the position. I don't take him in round 10, maybe 11 or 12, but we do need 3 tight ends, so I don't mind getting multiple guys here. Like I wouldn't even mind like going Pitts and then Hawkinson, just to make sure we have good production. Like neither guy will have his bye, and then in the fantasy playoffs we're gonna have that one big Pitts game. So that's something that could really help us get to the next round.
I feel like you'd have a higher ceiling with Shahid though.
Yeah, well, he's gone.
Never mind, he's just gone.
Yeah, I don't mind Shahid too. That's why I started him. I like him too.
You could have Hunter, Travis Hunter there because rookies seem to break out at the second half of the season. So I mean that could be where he breaks out.
Yeah, I agree. I think he could have a strong second half. And I feel like he's really undervalued right now. He's going 6th or maybe 7th round in the late summer. He's actually going round 4 early summer. But I thought that was a little insane, but round 6 or round 7. So we're about to be up. So what are you doing here? Pitts, Hawkinson, Henry, Hunter. What do you think? If we go tight end, I think we can go Pitts then Hawkinson. I think. Okay, let's go Pitts and then we'll see what happens. Maybe Pitts and then Henry, Pitts and Hawkinson, maybe Pitts and Fannin, or Hunter. We'll see what happens. So this is what the board looks like. So we had a question here. Bijan's on pace to break Chris Johnson's scrimmage yards record, and he did win Offensive Player of the Year that year. So plus 400 for Offensive Player of the Year makes sense. Yeah, we bet them at 16-1 to start the year. So I'm really hoping that comes through. Our best bet looked like Emeka Egbuka 40-1 to win Offensive Rookie of the Year last week, and then now he's hurt, of course. And now Jackson Dart's the favorite at plus 100. You know what I was going to do? I was going to I didn't think about it last week, but then it just dawned on me. I'm like, you know what? I have this 40-1. Maybe I could just spray a unit in a few places. Like one on Dart, one on Scatabo, one on Tyler Warren, just to make sure we win some money. And of course, Egbuka gets hurt. That's been this year in a nutshell. Just bad luck all the time. Just so bad. I don't know what to do anymore. It's so frustrating. Just can't find any good luck. I had a good laugh at what happened in that Chargers Dolphins game. So I'm sure, I don't know if you saw it, but the final play, Derwin James intercepted Tua, and he had a chance to run it back. Hawkins just went. He had a chance to go back all the way. and then he like ran out of bounds. And I'm like, wait, in week 3, Jordan Davis blocks a field goal. There's no time left, and he just runs it back. Like, and I called him an imbecile for doing it because, what if someone runs behind him and strips it, and like he has a whole entourage out there. Like there's no one else to tackle him on the way back. So like that was stupid. The game was over, and then Derwin James runs out of bounds. So I'm like, you know what? Like Derwin James actually did the right thing, but like, can't I get it once? Like they both had it. I needed Davis to go down. He runs it back. I needed James to run it back, and he goes out of bounds. It's like, can maybe like one thing go my way, and also with the drop ball before the goal line, like we had a big play on the Colts last year and Jonathan Taylor did it, and then we had a big play on so we had a big play on the Cardinals, and DeMarcado does it. Like I've never been on the winning side of that. I've never had like oh yay, someone dropped the ball, like the touchdown doesn't go against me. I feel like I had to complain. I don't know, so. Just really frustrated right now. Anyway, Henry just went. We can get Travis Hunter and then Fannin, I think.
Yeah, I think Travis Hunter is a great pick right there.
Yeah. Okay. 11th round, Travis Hunter.
I would maybe consider Kareem Hunt coming back around too.
Kareem Hunt? What if? I mean, they might trade for running back though.
They might, but if they don't, then he's pretty much RB1 at the moment. So.
Yeah, but is he doing anything?
You could pick up You could do Algier.
I love Algier. Yeah, I would definitely pick Algier for sure. Yeah, if he's there. Yeah, 100%. So, again, I shouldn't be starring people because we could get sniped again like we were before. Charlie suggested betting Schlesinger 40-1 for defensive rookie of the year. Now he's plus 450 now. Well, that just goes to show I should have listened to Charlie's advice because Charlie knows everything about the NFL draft. He knows more than anyone. He's the best out there. Okay, we're going to be up in 3 picks. I don't think it makes sense. So Algier goes, of course. We do need a third quarterback at some point soon because they tend to go. And like I said, you really need good production. I want to target like Aaron Rodgers here.
I would pick Rodgers because you've got the Bears game coming up.
Yeah. I don't see any running backs I like. We have 4 running? No, we have 3 running backs.
I still think you could consider Kareem Hunt, but that's up to you. I mean, I would probably pick Rodgers over Kareem Hunt right now.
Well, Rodgers, I think he's going to last. And there's Keyshawn Butte, but we already have 5 receivers. And then tight end, there's Mason Taylor, Evan Ingram. Andrews has an easy playoff schedule, so
you've got lots of options down there. So.
All right, let's go with your guy, Kareem Hunt. I don't have any exposure to him, so let's see how that goes. So, okay, let's. We have 2 questions. Walt didn't even mention the KC run game and is right up this week. Not a single word. I don't think you'll convince him to take a KC running back here. Well, Butters did. Look, I don't have any Kareem Hunt at all. I've done 200 something best ball drafts. I've not taken Kareem Hunt once. So let me. I just like one line up to him. What if he has a great run in the playoffs?
I did say preseason that Kareem Hunt was RB1, and both you and Nuggets were like shaking your head at me. And I was like, look at me right now.
Yeah, but then again, he's not doing anything. Like, what is the 23, 49, 34, 34, 31, 16? He hasn't cracked 50 yards yet,
You could see this huge shift, like, what's his name a couple of years ago that just was your pass-catching running back. What the heck was his name?
Dexter McCluster?
Yes. No.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Who was the pass catching running back for the Chiefs that just went off for like a couple games that was like getting like 30 points?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I don't know. Well, what do you think about? Would you rather roster Tajay Spears or Kendrick Miller? I think Miller's getting more work, and if Kamara's traded, then Miller's going to look a lot better. So Kendrick Miller, yeah, for sure. Okay, so. What do we have here? We're up. Rodgers. 12th round for Rodgers. It's a little too early.
I agree. I like the idea with Rodgers, but you already got 2 better running. You got 2 better quarterbacks already. So.
Yeah. If he was our second quarterback, yes. We skipped over a game.
However, Rodgers does have I love the title of Thursday's game, the Icy Hot Bowl.
The Icy Hot Bowl. I didn't hear that. Who came
Yeah,
up
they
with
call it the icy hot bowl between Rodgers and Flacco.
that? That's so funny. It's and then Rodgers. Yeah, Rodgers has the Packers coming up after that too.
So does Flacco just need to retire as a Steeler so that he plays for every single AFC North team, or what?
I guess so. Yeah. I don't. Has there ever been a quarterback who's played for all four teams in the division? I don't know the answers to that. I know, like, obviously Ryan Fitzpatrick has been like Ryan Fitzpatrick was like, he played for like half the league almost. They joke around, but like I don't think he actually played for every team in the division. At least if I might be mistaken, but I don't know. So all right, we're up in 2 picks here.
I'd have to think about that.
Yeah.
Well,
we could take Mark Andrews. We could try to wait around. Maybe we have 4 running backs. Still nothing really showing up at running back. I'm not like in love with a quarterback. The quarterbacks are starting to run out. And like, these are the guys who might get benched. Like Tua's like the only one who might not get benched. Although he did throw his teammates on the bus, so I'm not sure. I think I hate having to say I want to go Tua, but I think I have to.
You might have Mac Jones actually be the quarterback one.
I don't know. I still think it's. You don't know. Like there's so much uncertainty except for Tua, and Bryce Young. But we have Drake May's the same bye week, so we can't take him. So I'm gonna take Tua just because I really want to have 3 quarterbacks. Like I think in this format you really need 3 quarterbacks because
he's probably the best available.
Yeah, it's like if you've never played best ball, you're like, why do you need 3 quarterbacks? Like, it is the highest scoring position. Like, you need points there. If you don't have points at quarterback, if like your top guy, if you only have 2, your top guy has like 9, like you're just toast. Like, you're just so far behind. Like you have no
can't
chance.
get hurt. He's probably throwing it to Waller and to Waddle. So I mean,
yeah. No, I mean, what do you think about Tua throwing his teammates on the bus? What do you think about that?
Is he still under concussion protocol?
Yeah, right. That's his excuse. I've been concussed this whole time, guys. I'm sorry.
They should give him the they should give him the concussion helmet, but the really big one that what's his name used to wear. Who was a Patriots quarterback? He was a Patriots wide receiver and also a Broncos wide receiver. What was his name? Flutie? No.
I don't know. I don't know. Feels like we're forgetting a lot of players today. Trade suggestions: Jones, Gibbs, JCM, JSN, BTJ. A lot of acronyms. Ladd, Fannin, Addison, Godwin, Henderson. Why do you have Godwin? Miller, Marks, Nix, Mason, Taylor, Benson.
Wes Welker. That's what it was.
Oh yeah. Wes Welker, or Wes Worker, as Emmitt Smith used to call him. There's no reason to have Godwin on a team. There's 0 reason. Just like he's just toast. Like he's done. Cooked, as the kids say, I guess. I just, you can cut him, try to trade him for someone. You can sell high on BTJ, Ladd. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Though, like, I don't know if it's like really selling high. They've only had like 1 good game. I guess Ladd had like 2 good games, but still, like, I don't know. I don't think you need to worry about crap. All right, we have 25 seconds. No one in the queue. Let's start Alec Pierce. We do need a 4th running back. Oh no, we have 4. Never mind. I want to start Brian Robinson. We don't need a quarterback anymore
because you do have ETN. Theo Johnson could be another option for you. Taysom Hill, maybe.
I like Taysom Hill. Yeah, especially if like Kamara's traded. Let's go Taysom Hill. Okay.
That's a great call.
Yeah, I like him. 1-5 in fantasy right now. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. But you have a good team. Like maybe not quarterback with. I assume it's Daniel Jones. I guess I thought it was Mac Jones for a second. Yeah, Daniel Jones. I feel like you have a good team. I think you should be able to rebound. But yeah, Godwin. Just try to get rid of Godwin. There's no reason to have him. So I don't think this is a bad team. It doesn't look like a 1-5 team to me. Like if like I saw it, I thought like maybe 3-3 or something.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about that game that we skipped over. It was Rams 17, Ravens 3. This is a nice one to cover. We had this for a huge play. Unfortunately, the Rams had a chance to go up 21, and we had the alt line at minus 20.5, so they didn't quite get there, but still a nice one regardless. Tyler Higbee, my man, Tyler Higbee leads the team in receiving. I drafted him in like every single 19th round in the summer, so that was nice. And I saw like my predicted winnings went up. I was like, oh, that was because of Higbee. Adams, chipped in with 39, but Nakua got hurt. He left the game, then he came back, and then he had to leave the game again. So he's gonna be out this week, and then we'll see after that. The Ravens, once again, nothing at quarterback. They even benched Cooper Rush in the fourth quarter. Huntley came in and was just like marginally better. Henry was a big surprise because the Rams had stopped the run well this year, and then suddenly he just goes off randomly. Zay Flowers, decent game considering the bad quarterback situation. But we got news that Lamar Jackson's expected to be back week 8, so things are looking up for the Ravens. So any thoughts on this game?
Now, can we see if what are your thoughts on Stafford's connection with Adams? Is he allowed into the Breakfast Club, or is he just still hanging out at Taco Bell for breakfast, or what's going on with Adams in the Rams situation?
Maybe like a brunch here and there, not full of breakfast. Like he's looked like he has had some good games with him. But then on the other hand, like he had something like this, I feel like he's still learning to play with him. And now that Nakua's gone, I think that there's a good chance that Adams bounces back. So, I don't think like you shouldn't like give up on him or anything. So, yeah,
I would assume that Adams is going to be like massive chalk next week or this week.
Well, that's the Sunday morning slate because it's the 9:30 a.m. game with the Jacksonville. So
That's right.
Yeah, generally in showdown, I'm opposed to playing receiver ones because receiver has so much volatility and everyone plays receiver ones. I won a showdown slate once. It was one of those like minor ones in the 1 o'clock window. Hold on, let me make these picks here. So. This Quorum got hurt. Ollie Gordon's interesting. Let me tag him there.
I would say Ollie's definitely interesting.
They only have 5 receivers too. So there's Thornton.
I like Thornton. I think regardless of that he's being pushed back, he still has a role.
Yeah. Higgins I'm monitoring here. Week 6 bye like post bye week bump could be something there. Wait. Oh, did they made that pick for me? Never mind.
You got Theo Johnson.
All right, that's fine because we need a third tight end. So joke's on you, auto pick. We got our guy. Anyway, would you guys drop Keon Coleman for Josh Downs? No, I'd rather have Keon Coleman personally.
Yeah,
if it's PPR's closer, if it's standard, then definitely not. I'd rather have Coleman.
The problem with Josh Downs is Alex Pierce will probably have his like 1 or 2 massive games like he has historically too. So
yeah, he's gonna have those games. I was gonna say, and also like the reason Downs is not having a great year is because if Tyler Warren is just occupying so much over the middle of the field. So it's not a surprise that Downs is just down this year, So I'm not surprised. Downs is down. We have we're up in 3 picks here. And so who would you rather have between Gordon, Thornton, and Higgins? Keep in mind we have 4 running backs, 5 receivers. We actually do need both. It's only running backs and receivers from here on out.
I think Gordon is probably your best bet. I mean, like I'm okay if Thornton is gone, but Gordon might be your maybe your best backup option.
Yeah, I agree. Never mind. He got taken. For running back, I don't mind Manon guy.
I thought that too. It seems like they're trying to get Ben Johnson's trying to get him, but you can probably get Monagai later on.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go Higgins actually.
Okay, that's fine.
He had his bye, and I expect him to bounce back or have that post bye rookie bump. So Okay, so we have more time here on the way back. Oh wait, I didn't ask. Which would you drop Godwin for? Burden, Mooney, or Bucks receiver? The Bucks receiver I think is most interesting is Cameron Johnson. The coordinator actually like recruited this guy. Like it was the coordinator's guy that he signed. Because they actually live like 30 minutes away from each other. That's what I heard. And he just knew about him. No one else knew about this guy. And he had the best game out of any of those receiver 4-6 guys. So I put in a bid for Cameron Johnson, and this is after I leased my ad drop page.
They got shower time. Is that what they got shower talk time? Is that what happens with them too?
Yeah. So I think Burden's interesting. He had 4 targets. He had 4 catches. Eventually he's going to pass Zacchaeus. Like he's just better than Zacchaeus. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and he had his bye week already. So yeah, I think I'd go with Burden, and then actually I think I'd go in this order because it sounds like Mooney's coming back too. So yeah, that's how I would do it. Anyway,
who's your Bucks receivers right now? Is it Shepard?
Sterling Shepard, Cameron Johnson, and Tej Johnson.
So Sterling Shepard is available. I'd probably consider him because Mike Evans still might be a pedestrian.
Yeah, I would rather have Cameron Johnson than Sterling Shepard. Like Shepard he's just so mediocre. Like he's just a guy. Like Cameron Johnson actually has some upside. So I think I would go with him. He was like I said earlier. There's like some secret sauce I like. And that's like Cameron Johnson in like round 18 or 19. So hopefully he's not taken. I would like for him to be our final receiver. We have 6. So I'd like to have one more running back and then take this guy. Hopefully he's not taken. So
I remember when Bucks had a bunch of injuries. Was it 2 years ago? And so they relied on, wasn't it White and Cade Otton for a while? So it could be Cade Otton for a couple weeks instead of Mike Evans.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, we already have 3 tight ends though, so not going to try targeting him. I did take Otton earlier in a draft today, so yeah, definitely on the same page there. Bunch of receivers went, including Tej Johnson, the other Johnson on Tampa.
I have an idea, but I don't think you need him this round, but you never know. But I'm going to wait until we actually come up because it sounds like we're getting sniped a lot, so someone might be listening.
It could be. It always is a possibility. Calvin Austin goes, and then the auto drafter. I think no, the auto drafter's after us. Never mind. Calvin Austin just went, and so Ray Davis goes. What do you think? What was your idea?
Christian Watson.
What's his ADP? So like, what is it? He's not even available.
Oh, he got picked. Okay, never mind.
He got picked. All right, let's go with the Manon guy, and then I'll look to my guy. Where did Watson go? He got picked 1503.
Wow, okay.
Pretty early for guy coming up to an ACL. Like here I don't mind him. Around 17, but around 15, around 15 is a little too early for that. Okay. So
then you can consider my guy then.
What'd you say? Your guy?
Yeah, Wicks.
Oh, right. Yeah, we'll see. I want to see if Cameron Johnson's available at 1805, and then we can go Wicks. I also was looking at Isaiah Davis because, the Braylon Allen's out, and you never know if Breece Hall is going to go down. Breece Hall goes down, like Isaiah Davis is suddenly looking really good. So,
man,
yeah.
look at that. Johnson, Rattler, Okonkwo, and Mayer. Just wow.
What's the rest of this guy's team? Is Lamb, London, Bill, Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers. At least he's stacked. Bowers, who's injured. White, Pollard, Tucker, Rashid Shaheed, Spears, Algier, Mooney, Smith, Johnson. Oh, we're up now. Okay, yeah, it's looking like a pretty rough team. Johnson, where is he? There he is. Number 1177. Take Cameron Johnson there. Yeah, I think he looked like the best one out of all those receivers. 4 for 64 and a touchdown. He hadn't done anything before that, but like I said, he is the offensive coordinator's handpicked guy. Like after the draft, so I think there's something to that.
Okay.
Anyway, so our next
is he min price this week? Let's see.
Maybe, I don't know. I would imagine. Well, he's in the Monday night slate.
Oh,
I don't know if they released that yet, but
probably not. I mean, since he scored a touchdown, probably not.
I don't know. He went to he was 2020. He's 23 years old. Yeah, he was I don't know. I mean, this guy he's only 5'10", 170, but still heavier than Tez Johnson. Should I trade Jordan Mason for Breece Hall? Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
I would rather Breece Hall. Yeah. First of all, Mason may lose his job to Jones. Now, I think it'll be 50-50, maybe 55-45 or something. But like Jones is going to get a workload. And then Breece Hall has such an easy playoff schedule. Let's pull it up just so I'm not talking out of my butt.
One thing to also consider is Mason has actually been the rushing leader every single week for the Vikings. Oh.
Okay. Look at this playoff schedule. You have the Jaguars, then the Saints, and then the Patriots. It's pretty easy.
Jaguars their defense is okay.
Yeah, I don't know. They just got torched by Darnold. I think they're kind of a fraud, personally. Anyway, let's get back to this. So, yeah, we have 2 more rounds left. This next game coming up. Speaking of that game, Seahawks 20, Jaguars 12. Sam Darnold, he's getting like MVP chatter, and I'm thinking like, I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is the MVP of that team. Personally, he's a monster. Cooper Kupp scored his first touchdown, only 2 catches though, so don't get too excited. Walker Charbonnet 12 carries, Walker 10. It's been 50-50 all year, so not a surprise. For the Jaguars, you had Lawrence. He had a good game, not a great game. He missed a couple throws, but he got the short end of the stick on some plays too, like the Brian Thomas Jr. touchdown got wiped out because Travis Hunter didn't know how to line up right. And here's an idea. Like maybe have him play one side of the ball so he knows where to line up because it's kind of studying, So and then the other big play he missed out on, he should have completed a deep pass to Brian Thomas Jr. But Brian Thomas Jr. dropped the ball. Thomas had a really good game otherwise. He just had the one bad drop that kind of spoiled it at the end. But yeah, Thomas kind of got off the snide here. Let's go back to this real fast. Yeah, 8 for 90 in the touchdown. Travis Hunter, 7 targets. That's the positive. Downside, only 4 for 15. I don't think they're using him correctly. It feels like they should be using him as a downfield weapon, which is what he was in Colorado. But instead, they're just like, hey, like line up in the slot, catch some short passes. Like it just, I don't know. Like it's tough to be tough on Liam Cohen because he's 4-2 right now. But I don't think he's doing a good job of it, like for the most part. So, what do you think about that Seahawks Jaguars game?
I didn't get to watch it, unfortunately, but like you said, JSN is a monster. But I agree that Jaguars do not look like a 4-2 team. They seem like the Vikings. They're just getting really lucky.
Yeah. I'm gonna start Wicks here. I think he might be available on the way back, so I'm gonna take Shipley here.
Okay.
And then maybe get Wicks on the way back.
I'm kind of not scared about Sean Tucker for whatever reason.
Yeah. I thought he'd do more. I thought Sean Tucker would have done more, which hasn't really happened. So, Shipley, I feel like the Eagles are going to figure out that he's better than Dillon at some point, maybe they're still working him back because he's coming off the injury. Maybe after like the week 9 bye, he's going to get mixed in more, because that first week before he got hurt, like he was actually seeing touches. He had a 20-yard gain in week 1 against Dallas. And I saw that. I'm like, oh yeah, I have so much Shipley in best ball. This is great. And then he gets hurt, and I'm like, oh, of course. So I still like Shipley late. Keaton Mitchell, also one of these guys. Sean Tucker, I've drafted here and there, so I was excited that he scored a touchdown last week. So, there's a bunch of late round guys you can draft, and I think those are 6 running backs. So we're gonna have 8 receivers here once we get Dontavian Wicks back to us, hopefully, and then we're gonna be done this draft, and then we can finish out on the recaps.
I don't mind if someone snipes Dontavian Wicks, because I had high hopes for him, but who knows what's going on with that offense too. Like the Packers defense has been a fraud, even with the Micah Parsons trade. Like, what is going on? It just seems like same old with the Packers. It's like you do some upgrades, but nothing seems to mesh.
Did you see where they rank EPA wise since week 2?
No.
Do you want to guess? I'll take Wicks here.
28th.
No, they're not that bad. They're 19th. So okay. Like for a defense that everyone is like, oh, this is such a great defense. Like 19th, it's below average. It's like they can't stop Joe Flacco in the second half. Okay, they can't stop Prescott like without CeeDee Lamb. Like, it's just very underwhelming. I don't know. Maybe they'll turn it around. Anyway, I
really hope that Josh Jacobs doesn't get hurt, because they're just running him to the ground at this point.
Yeah, that's true. And he's been great fantasy wise. I have him in a bunch of best ball, but I do have that fear also. But he just had his bye week too, so he's not gonna have a break later in the year. Okay, so Chargers 29, Dolphins 27. The Chargers were up 26-13 in this game, and then they just allowed 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. They blew a cover. They blew the coverage on Darren Waller. Waller had done nothing all game, which is not a surprise if you just know how great Derwin James is in coverage. So Waller had 1 catch before that, and then he caught the touchdown. For some reason, they just forgot to cover him for the entire game. Waddle 6 for 95. He's the only guy over 31 receiving yards. Achane was awesome. Kamani Vidal was great. Like apparently it's Vidal and not Haskins. Thought it was funny that like 51% of people picked up Haskins, only 27% went for Vidal.
You got my text about being so pissed because I played Haskins and Vidal was just going nuts. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
It's always the wrong guy. In my spy lineup, I played Keenan Allen over McConkey. So that was I had that as well. So it's brutal. McConkey went off without Quentin Johnson there, and Alronde Gatson, second great game in like 4 weeks. So there might be something to this rookie. Any thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I like this Gatson. I like the tight end play, and with the. If it was a good running back if it's good running back, then you compare that with your tight end. So that's so I like to see. So I like seeing that 7 receptions for 68 yards. Herbert's trying to do something with his with the injury situation now over there. But yeah, Miami is just still in shambles. So
yeah. It is they're a mess right now, especially with the quarterback throwing people under the bus. I do like your suggestion though. It's like, hey, he's concussed. He didn't really mean it.
However, we do have Miami at Cleveland this week.
Yeah,
and we do have another rushing quarterback. So
yeah, I like Judkins in that game. Just we had Vidal go for 124. We had Rico Doodle go for 206. I think Judkins is gonna have a really good game.
What if you pair Dylan Gabriel and Judkins? That would be interesting.
I don't want any part of Gabriel ever. Ever.
Gabriel, Judkins, and Fanning.
If Gabriel was going against like Central High School here, which is my high school, I'd be like, I don't know. Maybe play someone else. I just can't. He's no upside. I can't get behind him. I love Judkins, and and Joku's out. Fannin makes a lot of sense too. But I can't get to Gabriel. He sucks. He just
Okay,
sucks.
if you played that stack, you'd only be using up. You'd still have 35,700. You'd have an average of about 6,000 salary left for 1, 2, 3, 4.
How expensive? How expensive is Drake May? Because he keeps being undervalued, and I keep playing him.
Drake May is at 6,300.
It's still so cheap for like the best quarterback right now, the best fantasy quarterback.
And he's against Tennessee.
Yeah.
Against Vrabel coming back, with Vrabel going back to Tennessee.
Yeah, Vrabel revenge. Love it. That's I'm playing Drake May every week. It's even like I'm playing Drake May naked. I don't care. Because he like runs in touchdowns. Who cares? If he runs in touchdowns, you don't need the other receiver.
I think you could play. I could see Vrabel just going full defense and their defense scoring like 1 or 2 touchdowns just because it's Vrabel.
Yeah.
And isn't Cam Ward still the most sacked quarterback in the league right now?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I would love to see a score of like 27-1 in this game. I think that'd be fantastic. Being the first coach to have a 1 on the opposing team. I love that. I'd love to see it. Like, I'd love to see like 6-1 in the first quarter or 8-1. That'd be awesome. Anyway, Judkins and BTJ for Gibbs and Moore. Okay, let's talk about it's Moore. Is that DJ Moore? So
it's probably Chris Moore.
Chris Moore, yeah, right. So Gibbs better than Judkins, about 2 rounds better, maybe 1.5 rounds better. And then, but BTJ is like 5 rounds better than Moore, right? And Moore is hurt right now too. So I would rather have the Judkins side. What do you think?
Yeah, we don't know we don't know the status on Moore's injury. He's definitely become the wide receiver 2 on that team. Cleveland I could see Cleveland going 500 this year. Yeah, I side with you. I lead on the Judkins side there.
Josh, if you're worried about Judkins' bad offense, wait until this week is over and then trade Judkins once he goes for 180 against the Dolphins. Like everyone else said. That's the median. Well, the median would be 150. Between no, it'd be 160. It'd be 160. The median between Vidal and Rico Doodle. So yeah, just wait until this week's over and then trade Judkins if you're scared. I need a running backs to trade Rice for Judkins. Think I did good. Yes, I think it's about an even trade. If it's PPR, I say if it's PPR, it's even. If it's standard, you won. So yes. By the way, I don't know if you heard the news from Vrabel. He said the running backs are focusing too much on the ball security and hindered the run game. I think that explains why Hendy's YPC has been low. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's been better than Stevenson's than YPC. Stevenson's just been awful. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. Cassandra says, I punted quarterback my draft, took Fields late, only 4 bench spots. So when he was out week 3, I reluctantly dropped in for fill-in, threw a dart, and picked up Drake May. Haven't really regretted it. Nice, that's good. I thought that when you, Cassandra, when you said I threw a dart, I think you're gonna say, oh, I threw a dart. I got Jackson Dart. But Drake May is no, he's been awesome. I can't believe he was on waivers after week 2. That's crazy. Congrats though. He's the QB on 2 of my teams. I drafted him in like 10th round. So what do you think about Fannin rest of the season? I have Kittle, so Fannin takes my flex. Yeah, I like Fannin. And then what's his name? Njoku might be traded. So just think about that. Like if Njoku's traded, Fannin is going to have a great season. And just remember who the quarterback is. As long as it's Gabriel, he's just going to dink and dunk to his tight ends. Like Fannin, if Njoku's traded, Fannin's just going to get like 13 targets every game. It's going to be nuts. So yeah, I like Fannin there. Anyway, let's review this team before we move on to the other games. So we went double receiver early, which is something I normally don't like to do, but I think this worked out well. So we got Jefferson and Collins, 2 guys who've already had their bye, which is huge in this format because as I said, everyone who doesn't have a week 5 or 6 bye basically has a 1-game suspension. Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, 2 running backs after that. I like those guys. AJ Brown 508 seems so nuts. I know he's been down this year, but he could easily rebound. Drake May, we just talk about him. Kamara, 7th round is great value. If Kenny were here, he'd be very proud. Dubs, he's week 5 bye guy. Daniel Jones, a high upside quarterback. And Kyle Pitts, who has that favorable matchup in the playoffs against Tampa. Travis Hunter, nice upside. Kareem Hunt, will give him a shot. Tua, good third quarterback. Then Taysom Hill, he's going to be running a lot. And then Theo Johnson, good second and third tight ends. Higgins, Monangai, Cameron Johnson, Will Shipley, Dontavian Wicks, all upside guys. I like the team. I think pretty well constructed, good balance, good upside. Is this the $10,000 winner? What do you think?
It's a strong team.
Yeah.
Looking at the other teams, the JSN team actually looks also pretty strong too.
Okay, let's look at that for a second. The JSN team, they took Jason, the Genti, and Judkins. Okay, Mahomes, who's had a great fantasy year so far. Ferguson. So Ferguson may look great, but once Lamb comes back, his production is going to drop. So, not a fan of that pick. Johnson's injured right now. I don't like Wan'Dale Robinson. I know he just had a good game, but he's so mediocre. He's such a mediocre player. Hubbard is big question mark. Waller, high upside, but he could get injured. There's Carter. It's not really going to do anything for him. Darnold's his second quarterback, and then Gabriel's his third. Io Manor, Ertz, Pierce. I like the Pierce pick. Douglas. There's Ford, Flournoy. Feels like that's a waste. Zacchaeus, Turpin. It's a solid team. It's a pretty good team. I personally think mine's better, but I'm biased a little bit. So, are people taking Puka Nacua in the first round? He might be out like 2 or 3 weeks. It's kind of a sketchy decision there.
You got Josh Jacob teams also looks kind of good there too. But you're definitely a strong team. You're definitely a strong team with a lot of injured, a lot of people picking injured players really early.
Yeah, here's the thought. Don't draft injured players because you're gonna have injured players. It's just natural. It's football. Your guys are gonna get hurt. Don't draft guys who are already hurt because you're gonna get other guys who get hurt. So you're just gonna compound injuries. Don't seek out injuries. They're gonna come to you. Just don't, because just let them come to you and don't seek them out at the same time. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. Just pass on them, unless they get someone insane. If Nakua is round 3 or something, then you're okay, maybe I take a shot there. But 106, you can't do 106. Who else is injured here? Let's see who would be a good example. Bucky Irving. I guess he's coming back, but he was going around that range this whole time. And it's you didn't have him for 2 weeks.
Buka at 309.
Yeah, that's another good one. Do we have an update on that? Let's see if they have something here because I'm sweating this out. Expected to miss time. Okay, how much time is that? 1 week? I don't know. But yeah, look, he could be out 3 weeks or something, right? You're gonna have your third round pick not play for 3 weeks. And then, you're obviously going to have other injuries elsewhere. This guy took Garrett Wilson, too. Although, to be fair, I think this guy was an auto draft. So, but it's still, Ibuka is going around this range. Wilson is going around that range. Don't draft them, unless, you get them, 4 rounds later or something. If you get Ibuka round 7, you're okay, fine. Or Wilson round 9. But, don't draft them when they usually go or a little bit later. Draft them, way late. Or if you don't get them, you don't get them. But, you're going to get someone that's healthy who's going to produce for you. The thing with best ball, you get points every week. This is not hey, I did great this week. I won a game, you accumulate points. You need as many points as possible to go to the playoffs. So just make sure you get those points because he's not going to get any points from Ibuka or Wilson in the meantime in the near future, So anyway, so high on Swift after last game. Yes, I think so. Who the Bears play? Bears play the Saints this week. Saints have a tough run defense, surprisingly. They're number 3 against the run. So yes, I would trade Swift high. Plus he has an injury history, he could go down. So yeah. Johnny Abruzzi, trade Debo and Rico for Rashee Rice. Yeah, if you don't need the running back, yeah, nervous that Rico becomes season-long stud. I'd lose this. That is a concern. Dowdle looks awesome, for sure. In fact, where did Doodle go in this draft? He went round
It could
3,
be the
right?
same situation when Pollard came out and started for Dallas and just
Mhm.
won, and then just like won that role. Could also be
Yeah.
that same situation.
Yeah. I mean, look at this draft. This is why we do this draft, so you can see the values. Doodle went 407, Rice went 206. So you're trading. And who's the other guy? Debo. Where'd Debo go? Let's look.
412.
412. So you're trading 407 and 412 for 206. Actually, I don't think I'd do that. I'd rather have 2 fourth-round picks in the second. Is that? I mean, what do you think? Like, just forget the names. Would you rather have 2 fourth-round picks or a second?
I think the 2 fourth rounds.
Yeah, if it was like 2 fifths, I think that it would make more sense. 2 fourths, I think, is too rich. I wouldn't do that. So on second thought, John, I will not do that. Should I drop Ridley and pick up Coker or Burden? Well, Ridley's hurt. Ridley hurt his hamstring, so he might be out for a few weeks. So yes, I think Burden's with a shot because Moore's injured, and Burden just had his or his bye week, and he could have that post bye bump. So yeah, I think Burden should be added for sure. I should add him to the ad drop page. Which
do you have that Irayo or whatever that guy's name is?
Iomanner.
Yeah, I mean, if he's available, he was still getting targets too. So
you know what? I think I'd rather have Burden than Iomanner anyway. You know, that passing offense is so bleak in Tennessee. Just don't trust it. And like Burden's really talented. He was drafted before Iomanner, and you know, he's gonna have a shot with more injured. So
that's a good point.
Yeah. Now do you take Tez Johnson or Burden? Yeah, Burden for sure. Tez Johnson's like 150 pounds. Like he's talented, but he's 150 pounds, you know. DJ Moore is considered day to day. Okay, well, sure, but I don't know. Like day to day could just be out this week, you know. I don't know, and plus like Burden's gonna get a shot here. Like what if he Wally pips Moore? Like Moore has not done anything this year either. So like if Burden has a great game against a good pass against a pass funnel defense, by the way, against the Saints, like they just be like, okay, let's go with Burden instead. You know, like Moore could lose his job here. It's like not out of the question. Anyway, we didn't finish the games. Let's go over the rest of these games here. We had Buccaneers 30, 49ers 19. Speaking of those Tampa receivers, we had Cam Johnson 4 for 64 and a touchdown. I like him the most, as we talked about before. Cade Otton, as you mentioned, 5 for 51. He's going to be productive. And then let's pray that Ibuka returns for my 40-1 ticket. Like I could really use that. My bills are so expensive. Please. Rashad White had a good game, not amazing, but good game. Mayfield getting MVP consideration, rightfully so, but I will note that he hasn't beaten the team above Group C yet, so you could be skeptical at the same time. You can enjoy his work and just be skeptical too. Niners are so banged up. They lost Fred Warner. Kendrick Bourne continues to just be amazing, and I just think back to the Rainmakers, and the first Rainmaker tier card, that's the top, I ever had was Kendrick Bourne. And so rest in peace, Rainmakers. You were a lot of fun. Jake Tongues.
Did you get that letter in the mail from Rainmakers as well? From their class action?
That's not from Rainmakers, is it? Or was it from Rainmakers?
I thought it was from Rainmakers.
I know there was a class action lawsuit, but I didn't think it was from Rainmakers.
I didn't get anything from it.
I thought it was from a law firm.
Okay.
And look, those class action lawsuits, they're so stupid. Like you get you wait 3 years and you get like, oh, here's a check for $50. Like, okay, cool. It's just so stupid. I was involved in a class action lawsuit against Kraft Heinz for their stock. I was an investor in Kraft Heinz, and their stock plummeted. And then I got contacted by a law firm, and they're like, would you be interested in this class action lawsuit? I was like, okay, I did lose money on this, sure. And like dude, it was like no joke, it was like 5 years later. Like, here's a check for $68. It's like, okay, wait 5 years for this. I lost way more than the $68. Thank you for the $68. You know, it's such a joke. The lawyers just take all the money. It's awful. Anyway, where are we here? We had a bunch of questions. Hold on. Okay, Burden or Jaden Higgins? I think Burden is close. Both guys had their week bye weeks, so I don't. What do you think? It's close for me.
I might like Higgins a little bit. I think there's so much steam going on with Burden that I may just want to be contrarian and actually just say Higgins here.
Yeah, Higgins is at least starting, sort of. So yeah, I think
this has been a year. It's like when you zig, you zig when you zag, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's true. I hope he finds it again this season like he did last season after a slow start. Yeah, I assume you're talking about Moore. I suspect Moore will be traded soon. That's another possibility too. So if Moore is traded, then Burden's going to look great. Also need a tight end choices: Fannin, Ertz, Otten.
I would go Otten.
I would go Otten right now, but if Njoku's traded, then Fannin's going to look awesome. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, for sure. And then the only droppable player I have is Darren Waller. Should pick up Vidal or Goddard. Laporta is my starting tight end.
Goddard.
It depends. I mean, if you need running back, Vidal. If you need, he already has. He is Laporta. Like, are you ever going to start Goddard over Laporta? Like, maybe in some matchups, but usually you're just going to go Laporta. So, unless it's like a flex.
I don't know. Goddard has been kind of a fresh new receiver on that team. So I kind of want to ride the train actually in that case. Yeah, it seems like Lions just want to keep targeting St. Brown and Gibbs, but I guess Laporta did get some more action this week too. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like if the only droppable player you have is Waller, I feel like you should be trading. You should be doing a 2-for-1 to get better, and then you can have a roster spot to pick one of these guys up. That's what I would do. But again, if you need the running back, take Vidal. Otherwise, Goddard is an upgrade over Waller, but still, you should be doing a 2-for-1. Okay, so any other thoughts on this game, or do you want to move on?
Yeah, Mac Jones keeps getting yardage, but who knows? I think he might actually. He could be a starter over Purdy, to be completely honest. He's just producing.
He is producing, and I think that he's definitely proven that he can be a starter somewhere else. You know, he hasn't really gotten a fair shake. Like in New England, he had a good rookie year, and then he had nothing around him. Like Bourne was his only receiver, and then Bourne got hurt. He tore his ACL, and then he had nothing else. I guess Demario Douglas, and then he goes to Jacksonville with just nothing there except for Brian Thomas Jr. He had Doug Peterson with 1 foot out the door, and then now he finally gets a shot. You know, and he looks really good. So someone is going to try him as a starter next year. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's what's going to happen. What do you think I could get out of the Kenneth Walker and Jameson Williams? Really hit or miss these guys, and Walker really makes me sad. Yeah, I get it with Walker. It's a 50-50 with Charbonnet for sure. And then Williams, you just never know when to start him. He's perfect in the best ball because you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, in regular fantasy, it's tough. So let's see where these guys went in this draft. We had Walker go at 5'10", and it was the other one, Jameson Williams. He went Jay Williams, I think. He went 6'11". So you're talking about 5'10" and 6'11". So you could probably get someone early round 4, late round 3. So you're talking if Metcalf or Bill Krosky Merritt or McConkey, McMillan, Waddle. I guess some of those guys, maybe even higher than that. Maybe a Judkins, probably not. Maybe Adams with Nakua out. Any thoughts to this?
You can maybe get an ETN for Walker.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one. Yeah.
I think people are actually valuing Williams a little bit higher than Walker because I mean, I could see people start seeing with Charbonnet definitely eating away for Walker. I mean, Walker could even be traded, to be completely honest.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I've said that during the summer. I think he's definitely a good trade candidate. He's on his contract year, so it doesn't make sense to keep him.
And James Williams, I feel like he's not the squeaky wheel he's not the squeaky wheel narrative. He's more of a like he's playing like the Christian Watson role where he's down there. It's just when is he going to go off?
Right, exactly. Yeah, you never know. Let's see. I got Jacobs, Warren, Bucky, Mason, and Benson. Well, Benson's out for a while, so I don't really need running back. Okay.
His next comment, drop Mason for Vidal. I would not. I would hold on to Mason.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't either. No. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I then don't do it. I feel like you could do a 2-for-1 though. Still. Hey, Walt, I don't think you're giving the Bears much respect in your power rankings. I think Ben Johnson's done a great job turning the season around, as they were all laughing 2 weeks ago. You said that Washington made a lot of mistakes, but so did Chicago. I think Chicago could have easily been one that easily go to the Vikings game. Well, it wasn't just that game. Like, they benefited from the Raiders' mistakes too. Like, they got outgained by a large margin against the Raiders. Like, they were not the better team against the Raiders. And like, that's kind of really giving me some thought there. I think they did get outgained Washington. To be fair, like, not to be fair, but like to put this into consideration, Washington went into the Chargers stadium and won, and they like won easily. And first of all, I don't think Chicago could do that in that sort of fashion. And second, I think it's just like a long trip back, and they were overconfident. That's what I think happened, because I think Chicago did make mistakes. Like, you're right, but I think Washington made the bigger mistakes. Like, their mistakes actually led to points for Chicago. So I think they're better. I think Washington's still the better team. Maybe I'm not being completely fair to the Bears. I can see that for sure. But yeah, I don't know. They could easily be 4-1. I don't know about easily. Like, the Vikings were the better team. The Vikings were the better team game 1. Lions obviously were the better team game 2. And then
if you want to play the same argument, Packers could be 5-0. Yeah.
The Raiders were the better team in week 4. There's no question about that. The stats in the game. Let me read this off to you. The Raiders outgained the Bears 357 to 271. And here's the big one. The Raiders averaged 6.9 yards per play compared to 4.2 for the Bears. It's 2.7 yards average per play. Like, that is a big deal. And I think Chicago's defense sucks. I really don't like it at all. So like, I don't know. Slapsky says Bears suck. I went through this whole explanation. Bears suck. We'll be 500 end of the year. I think they'll be 8-9, 9-8. Yeah, I think so. Anyway,
I could definitely see them having a winning record.
Yeah. Do you think they'll make the playoffs?
I think they could sneak in. Like, if they could figure it out, I think that if they figure out Caleb has significantly had less sacks this year, and I think that is huge for him. Probably bringing up his confidence level. I think that they have a chance to sneak in maybe as like a 6 or 7 seed. But yeah, I think they will end up with a winning record this year.
Okay. Andrew says, I still think that Ben Johnson, like, people are laughing at them. 2 weeks ago, he's done a really good job. I think he's done a good job so far. Yeah. I mean, they're definitely better than they were last year. There's no question about that. But as far as, like, I don't know where to place them exactly. Ben Johnson took time to make the lines better. Maybe that'll happen with the Bears. Yeah. I think, like, next year, I think the Bears could be a contender. But they need to improve their defense. Their defense is really bad. Where's the defense ranked EPA wise? Let's see. The Bears defense was 18th overall, but their run defense is bad. Their run defense is 25th, so it's not good. And they don't get pressure on the quarterback. At least I believe that's to still be true. The Bears this year have this is through 5 games. They have 59 pressures. 59 pressures through 5 games. If you want to compare them to the Packers through the exact same number of games. Keep in mind, again, the Bears have 59 pressures through 5 games. The Packers have 111 pressures through 5 games. And we both think the Packers defense is not good. Like just consider that. Like consider how bad that is. They are a dog poop. Yeah.
Okay. Your earlier comment where the only two they have 2 guaranteed losses coming up against the Packers. No, actually the Bears beat the Packers last year.
Yeah.
And also I think they are guaranteed going to lose against Aaron Rodgers coming up next. Not this week, but next week, because Rodgers wants probably one more time to say he owns the Bears.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he definitely wants. He hates the Bears so much. Go Pack Go. Yeah, go Pack Go. Let's see some defense here from the Packers. What happens to this defense that we're told about? 19th in EPA. This is not good. What record do you think the Colts will end up with? Feels like they've had an easy schedule so far. Not sure how to feel as a fan. What do you think they're gonna do? Let's look at their schedule because you can't. All right, Colts schedule. So they have Tennessee again. We know that. So they have the Chargers this week. So they're 5-1 right now. Let's play the win-loss game. So they are slight underdogs at the Chargers. What would you? Wait, hold on. What would you make that game? A win or a loss?
I think the Colts win in that game because I'm still concerned about the Chargers' offensive line.
I agree. Yeah. So okay, we're 6-1. They host Tennessee. I think we can say that's the win, right?
Yeah.
7-1. They go to Pittsburgh. What do you think about that one? That's a tough game.
I think that'll be a tough game. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
And by the way,
those next 4 games are actually, I would say, they're pretty tough. They
go to Berlin after that, so it could be a look ahead sort of over an international flight. So I'll give the Colts a loss at Pittsburgh, so 7-2. Then they play Atlanta and Berlin for some reason. That is I
like the Falcons there. I think Falcons seem to like to have their defense. Is Indy technically closer than than Atlanta to Berlin? Because
I think so, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably, but it's still same time zone. I don't think there's really an advantage there. By the way, where do you think Atlanta's ranked EPA wise defensively?
13th.
Number 1.
Okay.
They're the number 1 defense in the NFL. Atlanta's defense. They swarmed Josh Allen. They were really impressive. I couldn't believe it, but that's true. So all right. So you say loss. So okay, let's give that a loss. 7-3. They come back after a bye, and they go to Kansas City. What do you think?
I think Kansas City finally starts figuring it out, so I'll give them another loss there, and then a divisional game against the Texans, where I like the Texans defense there. I think that would be probably a pretty close. I think that would be a close loss divisional rival for a divisional rival.
Okay, 7-5. The Colts at the Jaguars, where the Colts never win.
I think they figure it out.
Okay, 8-5, and then at Seattle.
Seattle's got a tough defense.
Yep.
But I think I would give them a win there just because it seems like Seahawks are kind of just really one-dimensional.
Okay. All right, 9-5. They host the Niners. And who knows who's even going to be playing for the Niners?
I think that's that's kind of a coin flip right there. I can't really tell that one.
Oh my God. I feel like the Niners are going to have no one by December 22nd. At this rate, they're losing everyone every week. Let's give
them a win there. Let's give them another win against Jaguars.
All right, so we're 11-5, and then at Houston in the finale.
I think they would probably go 1-1 against the Texans, so they would probably win that game.
Okay, so 12-5. That's what we're looking at. And if like off the top of my head, I'm thinking 12-5 kind of makes sense. So yeah, 12-5. Good season. For the Colts. No one really expected that, but it's pretty
There's
good.
always one team every year that no one expects to just do quite well, and it definitely seems like the Colts this year.
Yeah, I in one of my videos last year, I was like, my favorite bet to win the Super Bowl this year is the Philadelphia Eagles, 17-1. And I was like, I love a dark horse. It's the Colts at 80-1. I was like, well, it's a year late. Maybe I should like dub it and be like, who I like in 2025 is the Colts. But it wouldn't be 80-1, I don't think. Actually, it might have been. I'm not sure. Anyway, just a year off. It's better to be early, as they say, but not really. All right, so we have a few more games. Raiders 20, Titans 10. Geno Smith sucks. He really sucks. Like the Raiders could have won this game by a lot more. Geno Smith was terrible. There was some shady crap in this game from Pete Carroll. Let me tell you, when Gentie's rushing prop was about 75.5 to 78.5, and then like they just took him out of the game when he hit 75. They just like, and the game was still. This game was still in doubt, and they ran Mostert, who had 5 carries, -4 yards. It's not like he was doing well. That was some shady crap, man, by Carroll. I don't know. That made me like not want to bet props anymore. Tucker 5 for 70 was the best receiver for some reason. I don't understand what's happening there. Anyway, for the Titans, we had Van Jefferson was leading receiver because Ridley got hurt with his hamstring. Pollard 10 carries, Spears 5 carries. I feel like this is just going nowhere. Ward is he's getting sacked a lot. He got sacked a lot by the Raiders who don't get pressure outside of Crosby. So any thoughts on this one? Maybe
Tennessee still has a lot to figure out. I mean, it's warranted why they fired their head coach already. Yeah. But yeah, what's going on with Pete Carroll? It just doesn't make sense.
Do you think he rigged that? I mean, obviously there's no way to know, but what do you think? Because he just like he's your first round pick. You draft him to ice these games. It's a 10-point game with like 4 minutes left to 5 minutes left. Like it's not like a 30-point game. I get it. Like it was a 10-point game. Like you're not going to give Genty the ball. You're going to give Mostert the ball when Genty is right next to his rushing prop, like right next to it. Like, come on. What is happening there?
And he also handpicked his wide receiver that we were all on best ball this year, and he hasn't even played really at all this year.
You mean Thornton?
Yeah.
Well, no, he's played. They're just not throwing to him. Like the problem I think there is that they have no line, they have no protection, and Chip Kelly is misusing Dante Thornton. He's just using him as like a deep threat guy, like Shaheed was in his rookie year. It's like Thornton, run downfield as far as you can. We'll get you the ball. And like once or twice they'll look to him, but Geno Smith has no time in the pocket, and he just can't get the ball to him. And like when like 1 or 2 occasions he can try to get the ball off to Thornton, he just sails the ball out of bounds. Like it's just complete incompetence by everyone. Like the Chip Kelly not knowing how to use Thornton, who's super talented, to Geno Smith not being able to get him the ball on the rare occasions when he's time, and to the offensive line that can't pass protect at all. This Raider offensive line is so bad. Like we talk about how bad the offensive line is for the Chargers, the Raiders offensive line is even worse. It's a disgrace.
It's probably why Chip Kelly can't be a head coach anymore.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know what happened to this guy. He was a genius in Oregon, and just like it seems like a million years ago. 12-man redraft, half PPR, 2 flex. Yeah, May, Bijan, Genty, good start. CD's coming back. JSN looks great. Theo, JCM, Doodle. Wow, this is a great team. Fields, Marks, Tootin, Golden, Ibuka, Jawan, Johnson, I assume. He said his team's lead. Yeah, that's great job, Slapsky. Yeah, fantastic. What's your record? Like 5-1, 6-0? That looks awesome. Okay, so it is your Packers 27, Bengals 18. The Packers were favored by 14 points. They led by 14, and then of course Joe Flacco drives down the field second time in the second half. Flacco had a decent game against the Packers. Like there's this Packer team, this Packer defense is ranked 19th in EPA. That just I don't understand what's happening with them. But look, Jacobs looks great. No Cookie Jordan Love made a mistake, but He did recover from it. Golden was used a little bit more, which was nice to see.
Golden actually looked great for the plays that he made.
Yeah, they should be on the field more at this point. Doubs led the team in targets, so not a surprise there. For the Bengals, Chase was great. Everyone else was mediocre, as you would expect with the backup. Chase Brown once again can't do much with the just defense crowding the box. So, as a Packer fan, what do you make of this game?
Quite disappointment because you had a whole bye and time to figure out what was going to happen here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I understand, Slapsky. You're a huge Packer fan, and I mean, I live in Wisconsin here too, and I'm also a Packer fan. But I'm being pessimistic here because we've seen this year after year where it's like, oh, there's a huge hype on this team, and it's like, oh, you should be winning. You should have won 4 more games than you should have, sort of thing. Yeah. And now you're. It's almost like Green Bay is kind of like playing down to their opponent as well.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, you're right. They had a great week 1, great week 2, and then they've been mediocre ever since.
It was even like week 1 when they were playing against the Lions. Yeah, they had that game in the bag, but they still allowed Lions to slowly kind of come back too. It's like Packers have never just piss pound the team. It's like they get ahead and they're just like, oh, it's okay for them to come back. And it's like, why don't you just show that you're a dominant team for once and just go a couple 3 games in a row and just dominate teams, just dominate everyone, but you just won't do it.
Yeah,
I think LaFleur should be fired. I honestly think he should be. He's not a good coach.
Wow. Yeah, I always viewed him as a good coach. Yeah, he has a great ATS record. He's 61-43 against the spread.
But he points at everyone else for his problems. It's like against the Dallas game. He had a chance to step in as the head coach and take the timeout when everything wasn't set up, and he didn't do it. Yeah,
that's true. That Dallas game was such a disappointment. I could understand losing to Cleveland, 2 big wins. You're looking forward to Dallas. It happens to every team. But then, to tie Dallas, Dallas sucks. Dallas got blown out by Chicago. Come on. And then this game against the Bengals, you can't pull away from the Bengals. Come on.
I really think this injury to Tom has been huge for them.
Yeah. Yes. And now they play Arizona, which has some good defensive linemen like Calais Campbell, Josh Sweat.
This will be another game where it's okay, that it should be a game that you should win, and it's going to come down to the wire again.
Yeah, it'll be 27-24. Packers will win, but they'll be sweating it out. Everyone who has them in Survivor is going to be sweating it out.
They'll probably be down in the first half coming out, and then they'll finally catch a lead in the fourth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll happen for sure. Okay, so Sunday night game: Chiefs 30, Lions 17. Can't forget Will Compton's tweet. He's like, "Well, I don't understand why the Chiefs or Lions are favored or Chiefs are favored of the Lions." I screwed that up. I don't understand why the Lions are favored of the Chiefs. What do they know that we don't? Well, the Lions have had such an easy schedule outside of Packers week 1, and the Chiefs have had an impossible schedule. I think if you flip them, they would have the same records. Chiefs would have been 4-1, Lions would have been 2-3. But Chiefs look great. They look like the best team in the NFL right now, and they get Rashee Rice back, which is it's going to spend the end of Kelsey. If you have Kelsey, unload him, please. With Rashee Rice on the field, Kelsey just doesn't do anything. So
the only thing that Kelsey has going for him right now is that his fiance wrote a song about his dick.
I didn't even know that. I was at the dentist on last Thursday, and the dentist, the assistant to the dentist, she was talking. She's a big football fan too. She knows very surprisingly a lot about football. I was really impressed. Should I have her on the show actually? She was talking about that to me. She's like, yeah, did you hear about that the Kelsey song? I was like, no. And she's like, and then she said what you said. I'm like, what? I had no idea. I don't listen to Taylor Swift at all. So that was a surprise to me. But I guess I don't know. What if they never had sex before? I feel like that's a possibility. I don't know. I feel like that whole relationship is fake, to be honest. But
absolutely. Also,
what'd you say?
I said absolutely. All celebrity relationships are pretty much fake.
I think so too. There might be like one or two real ones or something, but like, I feel like it's all publicity, you know. Like, I don't know what. I don't want to get you in trouble. We go down that road. Oh, we have a 199 super chat. Thank you, Dave. 1231. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, man. Should I trade away Adunze and Henderson for Rice?
No.
So yeah, well, yeah. So here's the thing. Like, Adunze is going round 2 here. Let me pull this up. This is exactly why we do this onward draft. Well, it's one of the two reasons. The other one is I want to win $10,000. The other one. So here's where Adunze went. He went 209. Rice goes 206. And then you have Henderson. Where did Henderson go? I imagine like round 7. Let me see. No, he went 802. So you're trading 802 and 209 for 206. That's not good value. If you want Rice, like, it should be someone in this range, like maybe round 3 and the 802 for Rice. But Adunze and Rice are basically the same. Yeah, I think Rice is more consistent. So, and if it's PPR, I think Rice is going to be better. But if it's standard, they're probably the same. But yeah, Rice is going to be more consistent. Adunze is going to give you more upside. So they're about even. So you were saying no as well. So you want to expound?
Yeah, there's another comment. He says like he has Bijan and JT, so running backs. So running back's not a problem, and also has Algier.
Okay. So if like Henderson is meaningless to you, which maybe is like the case right now, then I think that look, if Henderson's meaningless too, then sure, you could do this trade, I think. Because you're upgrading 209 to 206, which is fine, you know.
Was Rice even allowed to practice with the team while he was suspended?
I don't believe so. There's a question. There's the question that he could be out of shape too. Just keep that in mind.
So it could be. You could be waiting a couple more weeks before he actually like does anything.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're still getting more value with Adunze and even Henderson, even though that he's hasn't been showing the production that he showed during the preseason, but he could show that at the second half of the season as well. So I mean, I feel like you're just it's like you want to trade like your $2 bill for $1 bills, and I was like, why? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I just think that, like, if you're not worried about Henderson at all, and given that this could be like it's a 2 for 1 that opens up a roster spot too. So I would rather have Rice than Odunze. That's my main takeaway here. But it is super close. Although keep in mind though that Odunze has had his bye week already. So I think that's part of the reason though that why Odunze is 209. Like if Odunze hasn't had his bye week yet, he would be like 304, 305. So keep that in mind too. I think that Rice is better, but there are downsides to it. He could be out of shape. He doesn't have his bye week yet, so just think about that. But I think if I'm in your shoes and I don't need Henderson, I think I would do the trade. We had another super chat from.
There's a lot of players on that team. There's a lot of mouths to feed on that team too.
Yeah, it's true. PC, thank you so much, PC, for the 199 super chat. Really appreciate it, man. PPR, send Rice. Another Rice question. Rice plus Judkins for a Gibbs, Pierce. I think this is Pearsall, McLaurin. So we're talking about hunting for injuries here. Now, McLaurin might be back this week. We don't know. I think at the very least week 8 for him. But there's a chance he's back. I don't. Would he have an update on Pearsall? Let me see. Where Pearsall is. Where did he go anyway? He went 803. He'll be evaluated Wednesday to see if he'll be able to practice this week. So it's not like the most optimistic report there. So he could be out too. So what are you trading here? You're getting Rice, who's 206, and Judkins, who's what, 20. Where was Judkins? Judkins 305. Okay, so you have 206 and 305 for Gibbs, who is 107, and then Pearsall was 8th round, and McLaurin was 7th round, 701.
I think it's pretty even.
Yeah, it's very close. So you're trading receiver and running back for a running back, 2 receivers, and keep in mind you have to cut someone too because this is 2 for 3.
Right.
Um,
I almost like the Gibbs side a little bit more.
the problem is you don't know when these guys are going to play.
That
I
is
mean?
true.
So we're talking about like not seeking out injuries.
Yeah, and I know you're high on Rice, but then again, like I made the comment saying like he might not be healthy here and he might not be like in sync for another week or two. But I mean, Waller also was hurt and came back and scored 2 touchdowns as well. So you never know.
Right. I think Rice would be fine.
So if that's the case, then Rice and Judkins would be I would lean that side then.
Yeah. Although there's something to be said about getting Pearsall and McLaurin at the very lows, just because like when they were healthy, they were going round 4, round 5, and you're getting them round 7, round 8 value right now. So
and we also know that Montgomery. It was said that Montgomery is going to see more play time now as well. So I mean that eats away at Gibbs' ceiling now, if that's true.
Yeah. If Montgomery were to go down, though, Gibbs would be the top guy in all of fantasy. So
I think I lean Rice and Judkins on this side.
I think I do too. I think there's so many unknowns on the other side. I think Rice and Judkins is the play there. I think that's the right side. It's super close though. At PC, if you really feel like super high about this trade and you're optimistic about it, I wouldn't mind if you pulled the trigger. I would rather have Rice and Judkins though. Like I like that side a little bit more, but it's like I said, it's very close. So, Slapsy says accept the trade, and then he also says I would do that. McLaurin's top 10, 15 receiver when healthy. Yeah, but when is he going to be healthy all year? Like we don't know. Like remember, he held out the entire training camp. Like it's no surprise that he got hurt. Like that's what happens when these guys hold out.
Yeah, when healthy, and if you want to look at historically and everything, well then historically, like wide receiver, people who get paid don't do anything all season either. So I mean, you look at it that way too. Maybe he's a top 10, 15 wide receiver next year, but maybe this year he's just all fat and happy.
Right. Yeah. Pearsall's big upside. He does. Yeah. But is he going to play? When's he going to play? Who's the quarterback going to be? Is it like, does Mac Jones have any chemistry with Pearsall? We don't know. So yeah, that's it's tough, man. It's tough. I think I would keep Judkins and Rice, but it's so close. Running backs currently Judkins, Swift, Monty. Okay, yeah, Charbs and Woody. So yeah, if you trade Judkins, you upgrade to Gibbs, but Judkins is really good, man. Here's the thing.
I don't know why you would want both Gibbs and Montgomery on your team.
Yeah, here's the thing with Judkins, PC. Judkins is going to go nuts this week. He plays the Dolphins. The Dolphins in the last 2 weeks allowed 206 to Dowdle and 123 to Vidal, or 124 to Vidal. Like, and Judkins is better than both of those guys. Like, there's no question. So wait until next week. You're going to have Judkins coming off like a 160-yard game. Everyone's going to want him. He's going to rise to round 2 value, and then you could get more for Judkins. So wait till next week. And also next week, like, what if Rice goes off? You have like 2 guys go off, and like you're going to get so much more for Judkins. And
you could arguably poke at someone for JSN at that point when Judkins goes off next week.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Judkins plus Rice should be able to give you round 1 guy and like a round 4 guy, like instead of round 7, round 8. So yeah, just wait till next week. You're going to get so much more for them. Mac Jones is feeding Pearsall before he got hurt. Is that true? I don't recall that happening. I feel like in the Saints game when Jones played, I feel like I don't think Pearsall did much, did he? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't have him in every league, so I can buy low. Okay, yeah, I don't recall that. PPR Kendrick Miller Spears saying things about Pollard potentially being traded. Same with Kamara. Who you guys value more? Miller. We answered this question before, actually. It was Miller. Yeah. I think Kamara's gonna be traded. And then if Pollard traded, Spears is looking better, but like keep in mind Tennessee is just. I was gonna say Tennessee's terrible, so is the Saints. I think the Saints are better than the Titans. Let's see. You have Taylor Brown. Okay. For a favorite Bucks receiver on waivers, Cameron Johnson. Talked about that earlier. He's like the offensive coordinator's handpick guy. Like he just scouted him himself. They live like 30 minutes apart. And I think he's the most talented one too. Like Tez Johnson's talented, but he's like 150 pounds. Thanks for the input, great advice. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution, PC. Really appreciate it. Browns will get tight end, gonna get touchdowns. The Niners and commies do. Yeah, that's true. They're gonna get touchdowns against the Dolphins, at least. Everyone gets touchdowns against the Dolphins. Shepard, okay, you see a Shepard. I don't think Shepard's not good though. It's just not. He's just so pedestrian. Like Cameron Johnson actually has upside. You're welcome, Ayan. Purdy fed Pearsall, not Mac. Purdy fed Fear. Yeah, yes. I don't think Mac Jones interacted well with Pearsall. From
Mac
what
Jones, I think Mac Jones and Booty are pretty much just locked in at this point.
Yeah, for sure. They have a great chemistry.
Because I mean, Jennings came back too, and Booty still got way more targets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Barkley for Kyron and DJ Moore. No, Moore's hurt. So, I mean, he's day-to-day, but still, maybe he's traded. I don't know. I'd rather have Barkley. That seems like a solo.
Yeah, Barkley will get it figured out at some point.
Yeah, Landon Dickerson's been hurt. Lane Johnson's been in and out of the lineup. Like they've had some offensive line issues. I think they'll get them. I think they'll get them fixed. Drop Miller for Vidal or Harvey. Can you drop someone else? I'd rather have both Miller and Vidal. You know, if like you don't really have any roster spot, I guess I'd rather have Vidal than Miller. But like I'd want both on my team. You know,
Vidal also may have just been good just because he was playing against Miami.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but he's at least a starting running back on the team, whereas what's his face? Miller is currently rotating with Kamara right now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I was looking up. Rmax, who's this? The boss says Pearsall put up 120 with Mac Jones. Was that the Saints game? Hold on, let me check this. It wasn't the Saints game. When was this? Was it the Cardinals game?
Week 1.
Oh, that was the Cardinals game. Okay, yeah, that was. Yeah. I remember that game. Pearsall, that was the safety game, unfortunately. Yeah, Pearsall went 8 for 117. However, the week before against the Saints, and this is what I remember, Pearsall only had 4 for 56. So I remember that Saints game more than the Cardinals game. But it's true. Mayer or Otten? Otten. I mean, Bowers is gonna be back soon. Yeah, Bowers is gonna be back soon. Yeah, I'm leaning Otten. Okay, so I think we cleared out all the questions. If not, please resubmit. We have the 2 Monday night games. Falcons, Bills. Falcons 24, Bills 14. I said this a few minutes ago. Falcons have the number 1 defense in the NFL right now, EPA wise. Kind of crazy, but yeah, they swarmed Josh Allen. Was great. Like they shut down the run in the first half. Cook did get some action in the second half at least, but I think they kind of let Cook run, you know, because like they were so far ahead. And then Josh Palmer gets hurt in this game. Shakir was the next best receiver, but not much there. Ray Davis caught a touchdown. You were on Ray Davis on DraftKings, so good call there. Bijan was awesome. I think he's not the favorite to win offensive player of the year right now, but I think he should be. Algier did snipe a touchdown though. London looked great. Ever since they moved London inside, he's done a lot better. Any thoughts on this game?
It was I think we're starting to see like Buffalo kind of slip a little bit. Where are they playing down to their opponents? I don't know. But maybe Atlanta started kind of having some pep talk and their defense really did kind of show up. But I don't know. Penix is still a pedestrian on that team. So it almost kind of Falcons almost kind of remind me of the Vikings a little bit, where, you know, Vikings had such a great defense, but like, what do you do with their quarterback situation? Like JJ is terrible, Penix is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Penix has been just okay. He was awful against Carolina, but every other game he's been okay. Like he's still young. Like he's gonna get better. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Was Milano out?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Milano's been pretty much out since week 2. Like
that's a reason why Bijan went off. I mean, if Milano was in, maybe we see a different scenario with Bijan, and Penix may have to throw a little bit more. But even though London did go off, but maybe we see that shift a little bit if Milano was in.
Yeah, but who knows when he's going to be back too. You said the Bills have been playing down to the competition. Like, they haven't played a good game since week 2. Like, and really, they've only played 5 good quarters this year. The fourth quarter against the Ravens, because they were down the whole game until Henry fumbled, and then the 4 quarters against the Jets, they dominated. But ever since, like, they haven't played well at all. So they need to figure things out soon. Milano coming back would help. Like, he did play week 5, but then he was injured. He played hurt. Like, he just wasn't himself, and he was out again this week. So they're not the same without Milano. They can't stop the run without him. Would you drop Juwan for Otten? Yes, because remember, Taysom Hill is back too. So just keep that in mind. And Otten's going to see more work now with all those injuries at receiver.
And the other guy, every once in a while takes a couple touchdowns as well. What's his name?
Foster Moreau.
Foster Moreau, yeah.
Yeah. He's back too. What do you guys think of Pickens' rest of the season so high? Look, Lamb is coming back, but that could actually like help Pickens a little bit. Just get less attention on him. So I don't know. I Pickens on one of my fantasy teams. I'm not looking to trade him. I'm looking to ride what he's doing. So I'm not. What do you think? I think he's still going to be good.
It's crazy to see him as like the 3rd highest priced receiver this weekend in DraftKings.
Yeah, right.
That is crazy, but I don't know. I feel it's tough. I can never figure out the Cowboys correctly, and maybe even with Lamb coming back, maybe it is still a Pickens and Ferguson sort of offense. Who knows? Maybe I guess it's hard to tell. I mean, if we're considering the Cowboys as last year's Bengals, I mean, any offense player can go off on that team.
I feel like Lamb and Ferguson interfere with each other. So I think if there's someone to sell high, I think it's Ferguson, not Pickens.
It would probably be Ferguson or Williams, because they kind of interact with each other. But yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I would drop DJ Moore for Kincaid or Dallas Goedert. For some reason, they're both available. If you need a tight end, if you don't need a tight end, don't do it. But I feel like you should only carry one tight end. But yeah, if you need a tight end, I'd go with Goddard. Okay, so last game we had Bears 25, Redskins 24. We talked a little bit about this before when we were talking about the Bears. A lot of mistakes by Redskins, some mistakes by the Bears too. Moore got injured. He went to the hospital. He's day to day though. Burden was the top wide receiver. 4 for 51. It's worth noting. I think he's going to get more and more work as the year goes on. So I think he's a good buy low. Adunze should have scored a touchdown, but there's a penalty wiped that out. The Redskins, he made a joke about Chris Moore scoring a touchdown. There's Zach Ertz had a great game. Samuel just didn't do anything. I feel like with the mist and all that stuff is kind of hard to throw in this game. So Krosky Merritt, little disappointment, even though 61 yards, not bad, but I'd expect him more against this leaky Bears run defense. So any thoughts on this final game?
It seems like the Bears had this game circled on their calendar since they lost to since the Hail Mary loss of last year. That's kind of how seeing the result of this, and then kind of seeing like right away with how Chicago's defense was really kind of showing up. That's just the kind of feeling right away that I had is like, I just like right before the game started, I missed that sort of psychology of that game.
Yeah, it's a good call. They definitely play with a lot of energy in this game. Feels like the Redskins are kind of like goofing around, like Jane Daniels is like laughing the whole time. I don't know if they took this game seriously after winning it against the Chargers across the country. So, yeah, I'm not really taking much away from this game, especially because there's a misty game with like rain and some wind. We had this nor'easter here. So we felt the same weather right around Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think this game's a barometer of how good or bad these teams are. Marcus saying, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say the Swift stats were kind of padded too with that 55-yard reception as well.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so Marcus saying he's 5-1, full PPR. Quarterbacks May and Love, running backs Achane, Bucky, Jacobs, Woody, receivers JSN, Garrett's, Pickens, Shaheed, Garrett Wilson, I assume he's out. Tight ends Kittle, Fannin, trade ideas. Well, with Garrett Wilson out, you need a receiver. So, with Bucky coming back soon, and you said Jacobs they're kind of running him into the ground. Maybe you should trade Jacobs for a receiver one. What do you think? You
could even try trading Kittle. Maybe you can get a lesser tight end, instead of Kittle as if your league thinks because Kittle is a premium, maybe you can get kind of a lesser option, a tight end, and try to upgrade your wide receiver. Trade maybe even Garrett or even or even Pickens and see if you can get someone an actual wide receiver one. So then you can have and that.
Yeah, I like the idea of trading Kittle. When he comes back, maybe wait till he has a good game and then trade him.
You could also throw Love in that case too, because it looks like you're probably going to roll out May most weeks, anyways.
Yeah.
Because you're probably not going to play Love and Jacobs on the same team.
Yeah, exactly. So that's true too. You could throw in Love. I like that suggestion. Bears will start 6-2 to finish 7-10. Can't wait to watch that happen. Need a receiver, so should I pick up Downs, Butte, Coker, or Kirk PPR? I would say no to Kirk, no to Downs. I think Butte has the most upside, but I think Coker is safer.
Yeah, I think I would go Butte as well.
Yeah, I would say Butte. Slapsky agrees. Yeah, we're on the same page with Butte. Butte is once considered a first-round prospect, and he just had a horrible end to his LSU career, and he just tumbled down the draft board. And so it looks like he's finally living up to what he once was. I remember having him in the first round of my mock draft. He just didn't live up to his expectations, but now he is. So kind of cool to see. All right, that's about it. We're 2 hours in, so thank you guys for watching and commenting. Thanks for all the questions. It's really appreciated. Thanks especially to Dave 1231. If that's your birthday, same as my son, so this is pretty cool. And then PC, thank you so much, guys, for the $1.99 super chats. Really appreciate it. This is going to outpace what we make on YouTube ads, so I really appreciate it. And thank you, Butters, for once again filling in for Kenny, who apparently had the road trip from hell.
Maybe he's still driving. Maybe something happened and he's still driving.
Yeah, maybe. I hope he makes it back in one piece, because
not to be pessimistic, because I hope the best for him. But
yeah.
If it's a ride from hell, it's what worse can happen? What more can happen? Sort of thing.
I know. I'm expecting some crazy stories next week when Kenny's available. I was like, what happened on this road trip? I can't wait to hear. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching once again. Please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit walterfootball.com for tons of content. We'll be back tomorrow with Andy Isco talking Week 7 NFL picks against the spread. Hard to believe, third of the season's already over. So we're going to hear from Andy for Week 7. And Butters, once again, thanks for filling in. If it wasn't for you, I'd be talking by myself for 2 hours, which it's fun to do it, but at the end, I'm like, I can't talk. It's pretty brutal. So thanks.
And we had pretty lively chat here tonight too.
It did. Yeah, that's what makes this great. If it was just us talking the whole time, it wouldn't be nearly as fun. But interacting with everyone on here, it's so much fun. I love it. So
and obviously you and I have different takes and everything too.
Yeah.
I know I mean, even like for instance on your takes on Rice and everything, like
Mhm.
man, I'm being a little bit more pessimistic. You're being a little bit more optimistic, but that's okay because it kind of gets you in a mindset of like maybe I'm thinking this, but maybe I need to kind of think of a different angle, or maybe I want to stick to my guns. Who knows?
Yeah, it would be boring if we agreed on everything. That's the great part about sports is you can argue forever about it, and like you'll eventually find out who's right. Like we'll eventually know, and we'll be sometimes you'll be right, sometimes I'll be right. That's the nature of it. I want Vrabel on a stake for Henderson. I'm here. Trust me, and then crime look up. It's in this Minnesota crime lookup. Yeah, I definitely hear you there. I have a lot of Henderson best ball. Just really regretting it right now, but maybe second half of the
I
year.
think Vrabel's going to come out swinging with his defense this week against his former team just to show off. So
yeah, I'm calling it 6-1 and the first quarter. The Patriots are up 6-1. I can't wait to see it. 27-1 final score. That'd be amazing if that happened. I think anyway, all right, guys. I hope you have a great night, and thank you once again. We'll be back tomorrow, as I said, with Andy, and once again, we'll talk to you soon, and have a great night.